This podcast is part of the No Phony Podcast Network, the home of independent awesomeness.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Jared.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Steve.
And we just had an argument about our left and right. Just before we started this show, Andrew didn't know his left from his right.
My watch is on upside down.
And Morgan's got his watch on upside down. This is it. This is it. We've peaked, boys. We've actually peaked now. We had a 10-minute argument about our left and right, and Morgan got his watch on upside down. What is going on?
Brilliant.
Anyway, on today's show, we got a really special guest. And it is Justin Silverman.
Of Cinemassacre Productions.
Yep, and Silvermania and others. He'll tell you all about it. It is pre-recorded, so Andrew have got stupid. Actually, his hair doesn't look so stupid when we play the interview.
Thanks, bud.
Right now, it looks like a big fat head with a little tiny squiff on top. Honestly, your head is huge, socks. It's fucking massive, but honestly, it's...
What do you mean, like Lauren Hardy, like?
Yeah. I've never met a man with a fat head like it.
With Hardy's body, is what you're saying?
Exactly what I'm saying, yeah. It's just not normal. So it is pre-recorded. I'm wearing a different t-shirt. Steve's in a different room.
Steve's in the same t-shirt, different room.
Yeah, he is. So anyway, what news have we got this week?
I'll go first, go on. I like the idea of going back a bit local. A gentleman in South Wales had a shot with his knife.
Hang on, I can't hear you. Someone's fiddling with something.
Yeah, who do you think it is?
Yeah.
I do apologise. I dropped.
Hand up if we know who it is.
We all fucking know.
I accidentally dropped my mic, so I apologise.
It's all about the attention with him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Somebody else is talking. Oh,
look at me.
Mic on the floor, smashed.
Why are they looking at me?
I dropped my mic. I do apologise to the listeners and viewers and you four. Steve, do me a favour. What's behind
Why
you?
are you apologising? No, why are you apologising? You've done it every week for the last 5 weeks.
I don't do it on purpose.
You do, because you're incompetent.
Yeah. What's behind you on the bed?
Can you remember behind the scenes when Jared accidentally went, "What the fuck is that?" and he pressed it and he left?
Yeah. What's this button do? So what's this button do? Gone.
What is behind you on the bed? He's hiding it now. His teddy's there.
You know what this?
Ah,
Why have you got a teddy bear on your bed?
it's a hippo, bud.
It's a teddy hippo.
You're a strange man, Steve. Is that your mascot, Steve, for the podcast?
Oh, the most vicious land animal ever.
Surely you should have a crow. If you can have any mascot, you can have a crow, no? I was walking up Steve's yesterday and a crow landed right by me. He was like, friends.
It's one of us.
That's one of us.
And the crow who landed by him went, who the fuck is this idiot? I wonder if he can get to the bottom of the street without falling over.
Yeah. Great start. Anyway, back to your news, Steve. Back to your news.
News. Gentleman from South Wales in his allotment, tending to his veg, finds a red tail boa constrictor 6 foot long.
Fucking hell.
Boa constrictor, fucking hell.
Shit himself. RSPCA involved, it's all sorted now. But I'm thinking about it as in, if this is going out across the world, yeah, in certain countries, they're going to go,
Yeah.
So?
over here, we got like one snake that's scary.
Over you see a snake is phone the ambulance, phone the police, phone the fire brigade. Anything with flashing lights.
Well, you got the adder and the grass snake as far as we're concerned, yeah, or a worm.
Yeah.
Nobody likes worms after 10 years old. Everybody chases a grass snake. I don't care how old you are. And if you see an adder, A, you're lucky because they're very rare.
Yeah.
And B, you don't stay there very long.
No.
And slow worms. Don't forget slow worms.
That's what I just said.
Slow worms. That's what he said, worms.
What, slow worms a grass snake?
Oh, do you know what?
I don't know. I always thought they were the same thing, but then someone told me they weren't.
Slow worms.
Morgan, don't let him draw you in. Don't let him draw you in, Morgan. It's
Right.
the same.
No, it isn't. A slow worm is a lizard.
It's a legless lizard, isn't it?
A legless lizard.
Isn't that all snakes?
That is fact. No, it's not actually, Mugs, no.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. A slow worm, Steve, is not a fucking grass snake.
Actually, I think I might have seen somewhere before that they actually have got legs, but they're tiny, like you can't see them or something.
They're
Something
so
like that.
small you can't see them. I'm going to go with then they probably haven't got them.
Yeah, Steve.
No.
Steve, I'm sorry.
What?
I just googled grass snake UK, and a fucking slow worm is not a grass snake. So if you're out in the street, you see a grass snake, stay the fuck away from it.
Well, they
A
do.
grass snake, sometimes called the ringed snake or water snake. It is often found near water and feeds almost exclusively on amphibians.
And that's in the UK.
And it's in the UK, so a grass snake is not a fucking slow worm, Steve.
See, after
Very
the
not
show, when I
dangerous.
got my own time, I can have a look myself.
I've only ever seen one adder in my life.
Never seen one?
No, it's pretty scary.
Yeah, I can't see nothing, Joe.
I remember once I found an adder. Well, it was really kids. We was down the river.
There's a grass snake.
Being cool now we thought we'd capture the snake. So I don't know how we managed, but we captured the snake, put it in a fucking tub, took it home thinking it was cool.
Yeah.
I was to Gramp, so I said, Gramp, look at this. He said, fucking hell, grabbed it, boom, chopped his head off.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Gramp. I'm here as a little nipper. It's poisonous. It's poisonous.
Venomous.
Venomous, sorry, venomous.
If only that guy knew at that time, right, that the words "time for you to grow up" was never going to add up to anything.
Well, I can't believe you thought a slow worm was a grass snake, you absolute moron.
Yeah, you know, look at this. I did. I do. I still do. Until I see it, John, I don't believe a word you say normally.
It's there. It's there, mate, in writing. Right
Don't
there.
get it back up. You don't need to get it back up. Just because you've had something now that you're right about, you're okay. Did you know they get the pet snakes chipped in the UK now?
How the fuck do you chip a snake?
Never.
No, didn't really want to look into it. Don't care. Just keep them a fuck away from me.
But what's your opinion on pet snakes? I like snakes, I'm not afraid of them.
Snakes.
But I just don't see the point in them as pets. They're cool. But, I don't know.
I like snakes. I like the feel of them and stuff and
Yeah.
handling them as well.
I do, I like snakes. But,
I don't get the poisonous one when people, or venomous, I just had it wrong now. Like when people like the thrill of having a venomous animal, I don't get that. That's freaking weird.
You don't like the bitey ones, you just like the squeezy ones, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
I was years ago, it was, I was down a mate's and he had a new snake and he was like, ooh, cool. Picked it up. Back now. Walked up, it was the Michelle's next door to me, and who was in there? It was Steve's wife, Jackie. So I walked in, look at this snake! Jackie didn't know, she was absolutely petrified of snakes. Ah! Honestly, she nearly punched me in the face, ran out screaming, took it home, and the guy who fucking picked it up off was like, oh, what's the matter? He's like, I don't know if that snake bites or not. I was like, oh, didn't bite me.
He has no concept of fucking health and safety whatsoever, is he?
Pick it up. Oh, look, a snake. Put it in a box.
Ooh! Danger!
The stupid things I do, eh? Anyway, Bogs, what news you got?
My news is probably fake, but...
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Huge UFO, 25 times the size of the sun. As 25 times the size of Earth, spotted near the sun, claims UFO hunting enthusiast Scott C. Waring.
What, he seen it with his own eyes, did he?
He believes he's here. This was his statement. I caught a giant black orb exiting our sun on Soho Images today. The images are actually from June 27th, but are still seen as current for some unknown reason. The black sphere is over 25 times the size of the Earth and sits there for a few hours before it shoots away, the self-proclaimed UFO hunter wrote in the blog ET Database.
He's just seen a shadow, and he's seen a massive shadow or something. He's going, oh, it's UFO.
I mean,
Did he clean his lens?
it's usually space debris in it.
That's what it is. He hasn't cleaned his lens on his telescope, me.
Yeah, it could be anything. Couldn't it?
I'm going to guess if it's 25 times the size of the Earth, between us and the sun,
It'd be massive.
it's going to blot out the sun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
You know, the moon's a fraction the size of the Earth, and that gives us a fucking eclipse.
yeah.
It put us all in shadow, wouldn't it?
I mean, depending on where it was, but yeah, it'd be noticeable, wouldn't it? Surely.
Yeah. Sorry, what's on?
I was just gonna say I follow a few pages like that on Facebook. Like, I don't believe much of it, like, but it's all, you know, paranormal and UFO sightings or whatever. And I saw one. It was, you know, the doorbell cameras people have.
The rings and that, is it? The ring
Yeah,
doorbell,
like a ring. It's just basically tells who's outside, who's ringing the door. And it was captured in the morning, and everyone was saying it was a fairy, and it was clearly a fucking moth. But it's funny to see the comments, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a fairy. That's definitely a fairy." It's like, he was serious. Like, do you look out your window on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve, like, it's, "Oh, look, I definitely seen Santa then. That's definitely him." Like,
I seen
grown
it.
fucking person.
I seen CCTV video of a ghost sighting, and honestly, it was just a spider going across a lens. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It's clearly a ghost. It's clearly a fucking spider on your lens.
I don't know what it is though. I love watching them. Most of the time, I know they fake, and I'm proving myself. Like,
I think the reason why I watch them,
is fake.
I watch them and I try to debunk them, but I think the reason why I watch these videos is to find a video that stumps me, Like, you sent us that bird video yesterday.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Solved, Boggs. Already solved.
Or is it?
Morgan, he was over mine earlier going, "I solved it." His words, I solved it.
There's another video very, very similar where the bird is static in the sky, and it turns out the guy walks up there with like a brush thing, long brush, pokes it, and all it is stuck on a wire of some sort.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Was
it's
it
just stuck because there's a crane. There's a crane by the side of it, and it's just some kind of like very thin wire, and the bird's just stuck on a wire. That's all it is. Yeah.
It was mad though, wasn't it? It was because, like, I've seen birds in wind flow, like on a headwind, and it does look like, but it will slightly sort of
do that. Yeah.
Flow, you know. But this was like mid, like flat.
Yeah.
In the air, like he was just froze, like.
But that's the thing. I showed Steve this other video, and it's exactly the same thing. Steve, the bird is completely still in the air, and it just turns out it was just stuck on a wire.
Solved by Jared Johnson Investigation Academy.
So if I have any videos out there that need solving, tell me about it.
Don't come here for fuck's sake.
All we're gonna have now in our Twitter inbox is videos of fucking everything, don't we?
God,
oh yeah, I'll debunk it all. Anyway, Steve,
what?
You got retraction?
Only got the one.
One. So you were telling me last week's podcast again, we had one thing wrong. It can't be right, Steve. We can't be not that good.
All the stuff about black holes we were talking about. All the nonsense we were saying, none of ours false. Like,
yeah, we haven't got a clue.
All right then. There's a gentleman. That's fair enough, Box. All right, two.
Okay.
But Jared said he got bored after my question, so I left it there. Alice in Wonderland.
Right.
Alice's name. Jared said so she's only named Alice.
Yeah, I thought she had two names.
Apparently it's Alice Liddell.
Liddell.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Liddell. Liddell.
Sounds like a porn star.
Can't say that about Alice in Wonderland, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I guarantee there's porn of Alice in Wonderland out there somewhere, Steve.
Probably.
Definitely. Down the rabbit hole, come on.
It's in Jared's history.
Yeah, it is. Down the rabbit hole. It's there somewhere, man. There's a man dressed as a Cheshire cat, fucking Alice on the internet somewhere. It is, I guaranteed.
On another guy with a massive helmet.
The mad helmet.
Yes, it is.
Well, hang on, it's got that black hole thing. Yeah, Jared explained to us about this new phenomenon. That was the
phenomenon. Aye.
Like the random. Nice of to have a go at somebody else except me.
There's another guy here, Steve.
Stripped Jared's news to pieces.
Did he?
Oh yeah.
He always
Didn't read it. I don't read it, huh?
Jared fell asleep.
So he said to me, "Have you seen Mike on Discord?"
I'm sorry,
I read it.
but
Then he didn't read it, but I thought he just messed it.
it went on for about 16 fucking years, right, reading that.
It was long.
It was wrong.
It was long.
Mike, I love you, but good God, man.
Basically, what Mike had done was do a bit of research instead of reading what's on Google. Yeah,
It wasn't Google, it's a news article from NASA, you moron.
from
From NASA, no matter,
NASA.
MIT.
It was straight from MIT, was it? John?
Yes!
It was a document. It was an MIT document, was it?
Oh, mate, I'm getting it right fucking now, right? Just for you, you fucking twat.
When Mike looked into it, wasn't quite what Jared said. It's they are identifying these kind of particles, but the ability to move a 10-kilogram mirror was not possible.
Well, how come they recorded it then?
I thought it
It's
was.
been
It said that they recorded it. They recorded the part of the mirror moving.
What Mike is saying is that what you have read has been embellished.
Oh, fuck off! Mike's embellished! Mike has been embellished, right? Mike, I'm gonna throw this mic again now.
But what Mike is, he did go on to say that it was something like 1 to the 10 billionth or even bigger particle movement as opposed to being able to move a mirror.
Right, the whole point of the article was that they actually recorded it. So, when they say recorded, that's fucking fact. Don't get me started, Steve.
Was the fact that his facts were based on the mirror being moved and it related to this
Right.
little boy in the
I'm going on my phone, I've got it doing this, right? I'm going on my phone right fucking now, right? And I'm getting an article back up.
Can someone take his phone off, for fuck's sake? It's just
No.
not show, is it?
No. Right, you carry on talking amongst yourselves.
Thing again.
Can I just bring my bit of news up, because I know you moved on to retractions quite quickly, but
What about news?
yeah, you know me, I always bring funny news, like it's proper fucking funny, right? A man left mortified after leaving poo stains on a woman's bed sheet. Right, that's the end.
What?
Yeah, so a man was left mortified after leaving poo stains on a woman's bed sheet.
You say
Right?
cool.
Poo stains.
And this made it into the news.
Right, a man.
Who haven't done that?
Right, a man.
I've done that lots of times.
A man was left mortified after discovering he had transferred poo stains onto a woman's bedsheet before desperately texting his friends for help. Instead of his friends texting him help, they uploaded the conversation onto Twitter after suggesting to get out and delete it off everything. Right?
Amazing.
And Kevin, his name, 26 from Dublin, Ireland, slept over the girl's house overnight on Friday evening, but on Saturday morning he realised he left his disaster on a white sheet overnight. Kevin was horrified to find several poo stains on the bed, and then literally like the conversation. Let me see if I can get it. There we go.
You're going to show us the stains, are you? Oh my god.
Right, all he had to do,
Oh, shit.
all Kev had to do, right, was just say it was chocolate. To say he ate the chocolate in bed, melted.
It was the dog, John.
Oh, it was the dog.
Dog did
Of course. Right, anyway, back to my argument, Steve.
But my argument is...
It was measured by quantum physicists. It's in the article. So tell Mike, the random guy, go fuck himself.
Why? The detail and read the journal details as opposed to what you read.
It moved.
The accurate information.
It moved the mirror by a tiny degree, but one big enough.
Same one.
But one big enough to measure.
That's what I read. But, you know, we can measure in, I don't even know the scale, but nano, nano.
But it's still, even if it is a little nano measurement, it still moved that mirror.
Not to the naked eye, it would be sort of noticeable, but we did observe it. Like that's what I read too.
Yeah, recorded, Steve. Fucking recorded. So instead of you taking Mike a random guy's research, do some research yourself, you grey-haired salt and pepper prick.
But
Honest to God.
The argument, yeah, he only brought up 2 points from that article. He didn't bring up any more other points. He just brought up 2. That was it.
Yeah, but it's not that big.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't gonna read the full journal, like, or the full entry, whatever.
Talk about that.
He did mention about these particles. What he did say was the particles are not jumping in and out of existence. What he's saying that the information was that he was matter and antimatter coming through, connected, and then deleting each other.
Right.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, positive and minus.
See,
it goes
that's
It's easy for you, right?
interesting because that
Sorry.
explains what we couldn't explain. But
Folks, the movements are the result of the way the universe is structured when seen at the level of quantum mechanics. Researchers describe it as a noisy space where particles are constantly switching in and out of existence. Mike, what the fuck are you talking about, fella?
Is that the same?
Steve's question was, well, where does it go? And I said, I don't know. Like, I read somewhere that it was just disappearing, and I think I read something else that it was signs that, another dimension is real and whatever.
But you just said, Mike said it wasn't. Well, I just read it was.
Mike has just answered my question, which was antimatter and the matter joins together and basically deletes,
To be fair.
joins in. So it turns two into one.
So they also said that they've discovered, or something along the lines of, I don't want to choose the words too much, that when these particles happen near a black hole, they will separate and one will go back to the black hole. To which, number one, I did ask him, where's the data for that? Because how the fuck, you only just measure on Earth, just about that. That's
how they measure it in space.
They measure all over there. And the second thing is, I can't remember the second thing. Oh yeah.
Well,
so no. So if that is the case of these particles deleting themselves from existence, does that mean the universe is shrinking?
Well, because they pop in and out, so
No.
they come back. See, they come back.
But if they gain in mass, surely that means it's expanded, then, doesn't it? If you have 2 cups of water and put 1 cup into the other cup, when it fills up more, there's more. Do you know what I mean?
But then they delete themselves.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Mike?
I don't know.
Mike, I'm only joking, fella. You're a good lad.
He's not
keep
Mike,
it up,
don't
man.
like it.
He's interesting, Mike.
He's interesting. Yeah. I'm only winding you up, Mike.
He comes back with intelligent answers to what we.
In fact,
when we talk nonsense.
I'd like to get
intelligent answers and questions for Jared, and Jared refuses to answer or can't even be bothered to read.
I'm sorry, but Mike said that they weren't popping in and out of existence, but I just proved I read from the article that it was.
I just proved it.
Another
I come straight. I come straight from the source. Where's Mike coming from?
Yours came straight from the source.
Yeah.
It came straight from the researcher's documents.
Yes.
It didn't.
Anyway, it fucking did. Anyway.
You sent him the link, and I've also seen that link myself as well.
Any fucking way, you salt and pepper great prick. You got a cheek with that gaming t-shirt. You're not even a gamer. I bet you couldn't even name him.
What's yours? Can you answer some questions about Star Wars?
Yes.
Morgan,
Oh, well, he's got a point there because I keep on to him about finishing Mandalorian. He hasn't finished it yet.
Oh,
Keep telling him you got to finish it.
What was that voice you cut? What did you say? What you cut out? I couldn't hear any of it. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yes. Messages.
Anyway. Talk about the Mandalorian, right? He's got some cool tech and stuff, haven't he? Segway, come in. Let's move on to weird tech, Andrew.
Right then. So you all seen the first one in the group. This is a
Pull him up again.
Andrew, you sound really quiet, bud.
I like
Does
to
I sound quiet?
a little bit.
Sound perfect with me, but I'm happy days.
Well, that's you. Not what you don't. You hear yourself speak, Andrew.
I can hear myself, so
I can hear myself speaking, Andrew.
let me see I like to bring these up while he talks about them. There we go.
Right, come on.
Right, so the first one, this is a Philips Deep Sleep headband.
Socks, move that mic towards your mouth for a minute. See if it's louder.
I should be right, Jack.
You're quiet. You're quiet, bud. Go on.
Well, I said forward then, it's easy enough now.
That's better when you went closer to the mic, and it was a lot better.
There we go. Right, so
I love the fact that he
This
said
is
he could hear himself. I can hear myself fine.
I can hear myself fine.
Socks, I'm not sure if I can hear you still enough. Can you try stand on your head?
Right, this headband, it looks like a boxer.
He's going.
That's fine. Right
Still
then.
closer to the mic, bud.
That's fine, no worries then. So yeah, what this is a Philips Deep Sleep headband. Now what this does is a wearable sleepable headband and a mobile app, clinical proven to improve the quality of your sleep. Now it increases your energy in the same time sleep, or same
I'm
sleep
turning
time.
him up.
Increases your energy.
It increases your energy in the same sleep time. Developed with doctors and researchers. It's typical.
Researches.
Yeah, researchers. There we go. For people who typically sleep 6 hours per night, it's a drug-free sleep enhancement technology and includes 30 self-adhesive sensors which can be used 1 to 3 times. Alright, now when I looked on the
1
website,
to 3 times,
yeah,
is that what you said?
yeah, 1 to 3 times in the sensor. And the sensor goes behind your right ear. They technically run a test on people. So, is the deep sleep headband right for you? So, if you're looking to improve the quality of your deep sleep, you're looking to increase energy, boost alertness, and reduce daytime sleepiness. You sleep less than 6 hours a night due to lifestyle. You are not looking for help falling asleep or staying asleep throughout the night. You are not looking to
Good question.
yeah. You are not looking to induce or prolong deep sleep, and not for people with existing sleep conditions such as insomnia or.
Right, Andrew, you can stop. You can stop there. Please stop there.
I am stopping it. No worries.
Steve, you go first.
2 things, Jared's out. That's number 1. Number 2, how does it work?
How does it give you energy? How can it boost your energy?
So how is this? So what included in there? Right, you get a deep sleep headband, which is a soft fabric headband worn during the night, monitors sleep and generates audio tones that improve the quality of your deep sleep. The sensor is then placed behind your right ear for accurate sleep monitoring, and each sensor can be used 1 to 3 times.
No, accurate sleep what?
Placed behind the right ear for accurate sleep monitoring.
Monitoring.
Yeah, monitoring.
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 That's monitoring it, but how does it work? How does it help?
It's through the app. I think it gives you a score like on your sleep.
Yeah, how's that still going to help you have energy
I
and stuff?
cannot tell you what. No, I was going to say, it's on the website. I'll send it to you.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing it's going from because you're having a good night's sleep, so you're more energized in the morning. So it's not giving you energy, it's making you have a better sleep to make you feel like you've got more energy. Yeah.
But surely that's like false advertising.
No. If you have a good, if it's telling you will have a good sleep, it's not lying that you're not going to be more energized, is it?
Do you know, I'm freaking out where I am. Does anyone else think that Andrew's head looks normal size? It's not look that fucking big. I don't know what he's done. It's the haircut, isn't it?
Must be.
Yeah.
His head looks small, actually. He looks like a little shrunken head. I'm not used to it. His head's usually fat and massive.
This is because I've got a big lump of fucking hair on my head, but.
Socks.
Go on, Steve.
Seen a photo of you today.
What's that now?
When he was little.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right, Jack?
Is that it?
No, Steve. It's not. You've seen a photo of Dean Dobbs today when he was little.
Where's Dean Dobbs?
You're telling me I look like Dean Dobbs?
You thought he was Dean Dobbs and he was little.
Steve, epic fucking fail, mate.
You've changed socks.
I can imagine Justin now, right, listening to this going, what the fuck? Why did I come on this podcast?
Why did I join this?
Why did I join this? I promise we get better when the interview comes on. Fuck you,
It's a step up for him.
So going back to the tech, so what's the point of the app? What does the app do? Just to monitor you?
Yeah, so it gives you like a score for how you sleep in, so it's out of 100. So track your sleep. So the sleep mapper mobile app tracks your sleep patterns over time, measures key metrics, and shows a slow wave boost. Slow wave boost you get from smart sleep each night. Sync the app to your headband each morning to see the enhancement given each night.
I don't want it. I'm out. I got a watch that does that anyway, and I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep with that headband thing around my head.
Right.
The price is £349.
For a fucking headband?
Yeah.
I'm
A
out.
headband that goes, yeah, you slept alright tonight.
You get a headband, you get the app, and you also get 30 sensors.
I don't understand the sensors as well. That's fucking crazy. So the sensors you can only use them 1 to 3 times.
Yeah. So basically, you get like a month worth of. You get 30 sensors in a pack.
Hang on. I sleep way more than 3 times in a month.
True. I know you do.
Oh, we know you do. Like, that's a bad thing, Steve. 3 times in a month, we know you do. That's the worst insult ever. Fucking hell.
It's the age of Steve. You gotta
That's
find
like saying, ha.
You gotta find him sleeping anyway, innit? With the age he's got.
Oh, because he sleeps over 3 times a month.
Yeah.
That's like mocking someone for waking up in the morning. Fucking hell,
You
Andrew.
got up in the morning.
Oh my God.
What?
That is the worst insult, right?
Why is that the
Ever.
worst insult ever?
He doesn't understand, boys. He don't understand. I can't, boys. I can't. I'm done. That's like mocking someone for eating. You eat food, you do aha. Of course he sleeps more than 3 times in 1 month.
Yeah, of course he sleeps more. I said that. He said. I know he sleeps more than 3 times a month. He said 3 times a day. He said.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
Alright,
said a
fair
month.
enough. Fair enough.
Andrew, draw that mic closer to your face.
Right, what's the matter with it? I'm loud enough. I can see the decibels going up when I'm speaking. It's loud enough, man.
Right, Steve, Morgan, is he quiet to you?
He's a little bit quiet there, one lie.
I find him fine. When I'm listening to him, I can listen to him. When I listen to you, I gotta just sort of turn the sound down on my head.
It's how you a volume, Jar, is it?
No, I've had to turn my volume up for him, but down for fucking you lot.
Jar, you're the one.
Fucking
You're
hell.
the one that's going literally red every time on my decibel when I
Right.
fucking look in there.
But talk when you're closer to the mic. Go on, put your eat that mic.
Hello.
Much better. Pretend that mic's a dick and he's sucking it off. Go on.
Yeah, no worries. Fuck off.
Get closer to it.
Anyway, let's move on to the second one.
No, we haven't voted. I'm out.
Yeah, we knew that as soon as the thing was asleep. As soon as I assist him to be sleeping, yeah, there was no problem with you being out. Nobody doubts for 1 second that you can sleep.
Fuck you, Steve. You sleep more than 3 times a month, bud.
Joey said to me the other day, he said, oh, after that interview, I was so tired, I didn't go sleep till 2 o'clock. I said, what time did you get up then? 9.
I only had 8 hours, I was shattered.
Jar, you had 7, I was on 8.
Socks. You something wrong with that mic, bud.
There's nothing wrong with that mic, Jar. I don't understand what the fuck you're going on about. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
You're really quiet, like.
I don't understand how I'm really
I
quiet
presume Morgan and
while I'm
Steve are
fucking
out. I don't think you can be buying this piece of shit, boys, you.
I said I'm out before the price. Fuck me.
I got an eye mask, I have.
Of course you have. Fucking queen.
I got a bed and a pillow.
Steve's got an eye mask and a teddy.
Boys, I can't handle his fucking sound. It's terrible. He sounds like he's in a fucking tin. He sounds like he's a little man.
God, then you know how we feel when you haven't got a mattress. Hold on.
Fixed, that. Fixed. Next one, Andrew.
Next one, and this is called Selfie Type. So yeah, this is an app again, which is only for Samsung phones at the moment. So the S10, the S20, the Note 10, the Note 10 Plus, etc. This is used by AI technology, and when you like type in on the desk, etc., it picks up where you type in by using your selfie camera.
What? Yeah. What? Ow. How's he going to know when I'm typing from a camera?
From your that's what it's used by the camera.
Well, this shit's out now. You can buy this now.
It's on $4.99. The app is on the Samsung. On the Samsung.
What? So it uses the camera to track your fingers to know where you're typing?
Yeah.
I call bullshit. I can't see it working.
Hologram keyboards are out, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. I like the hologram ones.
It's like a laser, and it shoots out like, and it sort of knows like from distance. The same as a speed camera works then in a way. It knows from distance what key you were pressing, like. But
I can't see it working very well.
No, they don't work very well, I don't think. So I
My
wouldn't trust
problem with
it.
this is like the ones Morgan's on about. You can see them on the table. Yeah, you can see the sort of
Yeah.
visual layout. You can tap wherever you want.
This one you can't.
Now I can't see. You guessing?
No.
Unless you know where your keyboard is.
Yeah, no, you have the keyboard on the screen itself. You have like the keyboard on the screen, but you literally type
Yeah,
in.
no.
Instead of using your fat fingers to type, you just type in on the desk.
You've
You
got
gotta use your
No,
fat
it's
fingers to type on the
still
desk
weird.
instead.
You've got to be.
Just like Tommy Cooper, you still need to know where your references are.
Yeah, that's it.
You've got to be a blind typer, I think they call them. And it's the person who can look at the screen while typing. I can't do that.
Is there any point in this or when you can just tap on your screen anyway? Yes.
I don't like the keyboards on my phone. It's fucking tiny.
I've got a swipe. I've got a swipe feature, so I just spell the word out and instead of tap, I just spell the word out.
I can't use the swiping. The swiping bugs me too. Yeah, I would use, if there was some sort of better keyboard for a phone without making my phone massive, or I would use it, but I want it to work as well. Do you know what I mean?
If I'm fucking out, boys, I just don't think there's any point in this. I don't think it work. I don't think it.
Look, if you want to, what phone are you using?
S7 I'm still on.
Download an app called SwiftKey that makes your keyboard bigger and all that stuff like.
I've tried it. I've tried bigger keyboards and going sideways, and then I don't know what it is.
It's a massive fat fingers, more. That's what it is.
It's my fat thumbs.
And your thumbs, but exactly. It's all that gaming, but it's fucking muscle your thumbs up.
My thumbs are ripped, like. They're just too big.
They call it thumb spread.
Thumb spread.
Don't fuck the Morgan's thumbs, but they fucking huge.
Anyway,
on voting time. I'm out there. You can shove that piece of shit up your arse, but.
Yeah, how much? So is there a price on that? No, it's just a new tech.
You're it's $4.99 for the app.
It's not going to work.
What do you mean it's not bad? If you can't see it, how can you type it?
No, I mean the price, like.
What do you mean the price is good because some of you can't fucking see it?
What is it called again?
Selfie type.
It's not 350 quid
what?
for sleeping.
It's called selfie type.
Right, I can have a look. What phone's it? Samsung?
Yeah, S10. Like the newer Samsungs.
Ah, right, fair enough. I'm not posh enough for that.
No, me. I was about to buy an S10 one lockdown, and they sent me home from work that day. I went to game and I was like, I'll go and check what phones they got. They had a phone. It was a couple of £100 second hand, like, and I was like, you know, I might get that. I thought I better go home and speak to Rhiannon first. Went home, announced that night everything's closing. Like, I was like, fuck. I missed out on a phone now. Mine's wrecked. It doesn't charge anymore. It's all cracked.
Yeah, you need new phone, Morgs.
Anyway, this next one then is going on to like the gaming side. These are probably one of the most expensive headphones I've seen, right? So these are called I'm gonna fuck this up big time now, but it's called an Avgant Glyph. So it's called an AVEGANT and then GLYPH. So an Avgant Glyph, right? So
Again?
this is off the website, right? Never has the expression glued to your TV been as accurate as is when wearing the Avgant Glyph, right? The headset, right? Yeah.
He's not saying that right. He can't be.
I am saying it right.
Spell
You
it
can't
again.
say basic fucking words right.
No, so it's AVEGANT.
AVE.
GANT.
GANT and then GLYPH.
Right, Avigant Glyph.
It might be Avigant, yeah.
Avigant Glyph.
Avigant.
There we go. So the headset, which resembles a pair of chunky headphones that have fallen down over your eyes, quite literally beams images and videos into your eyeballs. Right?
That sounds fucking painful.
Right? So I want to say the price, yeah, right? But the eyewear uses mirrors to create.
It's essentially that. What Morgan's doing is. It's essentially doing that.
Yeah, so the eyewear uses mirrors to create a virtual screen that appears before you while wearing the device. The effect of which the company says feels like watching a 60-inch television from 10 feet away.
Right. I like the idea of it.
I do too.
That's going to damage your eyes.
Yeah,
I think so.
Time. Oh, yeah.
Imagine, when you stand too close to your phone, like, or, it hurts, like.
Blues, like proper blues, mine does.
I mean, VR can give you a fucking headache sometimes.
Yeah,
not just from motion sick.
They give you warnings, don't they, on VRs, anyway.
I was going to say, like, have they actually done, like, tests on it?
Yeah, so
safe?
they have and they haven't. So when they were at the CES back last year, they had like 4 people and 2 of them literally saying that their eyes were bad after, like. So basically a 50-50 chance, like.
I can't see being comfortable either doing that. Like,
No,
it's
that's
like,
it. Like, you see the picture of Morgan in a group.
yeah. I'm
It
looking
is
at-
essentially a set of headphones like you wear in with fucking eye holes in the top.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a good concept. I'll give them that.
Yeah, it's not a thing, like. But $700 for the pair of headphones for that, like. I know.
Fucking hell.
And what are you watching it? Can you watch normal TV or
Watch
movies
your-
or
you can watch
gaming?
your videos, you can watch whatever you want. It's connected to your
TV, basically.
Yeah, you can watch whatever
Joe,
you want.
I like the idea of it, but... And again...
This would be perfect for Bird.
Why? Yeah, it would, yeah.
I was just about to say, because Bird is this around, it's fucking...
Stays up his monitor, like.
Like, I like the idea of it, but is there any actual point? Like, I tried to look at the point of things, and I'm just thinking, I got a TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a big enough TV, you're happy to put it in now. But...
It's like, that's like, talking about games, that's what's good with the Switch, because if you were in the middle of a game, for example, and your missus comes in or someone else and says, oh, I want to watch a TV, you can literally just pick it up and you're in the middle of that game. So being able to like do that and then it's the same thing would be good, but then it's like, would it be the same? I mean, like, I can basically do that with a VR then, with a PSVR. It technically does the same thing. You can play any game and it looks like there's a giant screen in front of it.
Yeah.
But it's not comfy and it's... I don't know. I don't know about it. I don't think so. I'd like to demo it though. If they ever got that in a game shop, I'd really like to demo it. Do you want to explain to Steve about it? Did he?
Yeah,
Steve
no
hear
worries.
it?
So,
It's still on with the visor on it.
yeah, so...
The headphones thing,
The
yeah.
headphones itself, as I was saying, the company says that it feels like watching a 60-inch TV from 10 feet away.
So basically do that, Steve.
Yeah.
Do that and watch and play your game.
I did that. I think it's weird. If it works, I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I really do.
I see. I'm worried about certain aspects of you watching an horror movie.
Yeah.
So you got this on, you can't see nothing around you.
That's why
Any
I
fucker
couldn't-
walks in that room, but or fucking speaks or taps on the shoulder, you're gonna have a fucking heart attack.
I've never
What's the
played
most
more than
horror?
like 5 minutes of a game on VR, like a horror game in VR, because I can't trust it. Like
I
any
completely-
little thing would freak
Did
me.
he-
I completed Resident Evil 7 in VR and I fucking shit myself.
I couldn't do that. I could barely get past the opening the
I've
screen.
been here when Jared's on the VR and he's like this. Proper, like. But now, Steve, this $700 for the headphones.
I genuinely really think it's good.
So, Steve,
Maybe the price is a little bit steep, but
Yeah.
for what you
Steve.
pay, how much are the VR sets now? Headsets?
180 I paid for my PSVR.
So how much were they when they first came out? They were about 300 quid.
400 quid, yeah.
Were they?
All I'm seeing is, right, if these things take off now, right, then look, loads of people got them, they're the in thing, right?
Yeah.
Burglars and robberies are going to go up, buddy. Then you're going to have a problem. It's going to be walking in your house, taking that, and you're going to be sat there watching your TV.
This guy, I'm sure if that guy touched me when he went past me.
When I play,
I'll have to get mine special built so it can fit my head.
Yeah, your head's a normal size today, Andrew. It's fine, but honestly.
when I play VR, I'm self-conscious about it as well. I got to close all the curtains and stuff.
You?
So, yeah, because I can just imagine walking past my house, looking in, and just seeing this guy like with a fucking big headset on, like looking around and shit. They just look weird.
I generally don't care. I just, woo!
I don't know what it is. It just makes me self-conscious. Like,
I remember
awesome.
Steve-
I love the VR. Like.
Steve had to go to the VR once. What was it, Steve? Was it the roller coaster one?
I had it on the record, yeah.
Yeah, he screamed at a little girl on it, did he? Woo!
I got a Samsung one there, like, and like I said, all the free stuff
Yeah.
I had were from work, like, and there's loads of stuff on it.
All the free stuff.
Free stuff,
Free
man.
stuff.
Right.
Well, again, for me, I'm out. I just don't think it's practical at all, so.
I really like to try it. I wouldn't pay our money for that. Wouldn't pay £700. But
It depends on the experience almost.
Yeah, I've said it before. Like if I knew then if in a shop advertised or we are demoing this today, I would probably make the trip to go and try it because I really want to know where it's like.
But I would imagine soon it'd be in the shops, like the game shops, that sort of thing, for testing.
It's something.
You know those consoles just at the front of the shop where those old 12-year-olds don't fuck off and nobody can ask for them to go. You know the ones.
Yeah.
You want to play, but they won't fuck.
The shop assistants don't even shuffle the fuckers out, like, so you can all play.
Yeah, I know.
So you in or out, boys?
I'm in. Pending viewing.
I'm out until price drops and I get a chance to use it. 12
You're
quid.
actually in, Steve. You're in.
I'm in. I like it. Really good.
Fucking hell. Surprising. Right, anyway. You know what time it is now, boys? It's everyone's favourite segment. I'll warm the voter codes up.
God. What's their favourite bit? This very bit for you now, is it?
This very bit.
It's this bit.
Do you have a question? He's got the answer for you. You got a problem? Then he would solve it in two. Why don't you come along? Why don't you come along? Why don't you come along and ask dear Drew?
Oh my God.
It's getting worse, isn't it? It's getting worse.
We need to just record a jingle and just fucking put it in.
We really do.
You got a top on the spot.
I don't know.
You got a top on the spot.
I kind of like the idea that I sing it
It's raw. Every time a listener hears it's raw and live.
raw and unedited.
Unedited.
I can just see listeners now, right? I'm sitting there, I just see them going. Whoa.
And this time, Jar, did you look at your phone then or no?
I did.
You did.
I have to remember the 4 lines
Full lyrics.
that I wrote. Oh, Steve, just for any new listeners out there, Drew is our new Renaissance man. We have taught him a few things. He's the thickest man I know, but he's still a Renaissance man. People will write in and ask Drew questions. It can be anything from help questions to simple questions that they want to get to know him. Steve is the one with the question, so Steve, ask away.
Socks, you ready?
I'm ready, but hit me with it.
Right, so last week you was asked where the Kiss Me Quick hats come from, what's the history?
Oh yeah.
So I give it to you for homework.
You did indeed. So the only thing I can say is a British seaside novelty hat, typically bearing the words "Kiss me quick" or "Kiss me quick, squeeze me slow." That's all I got.
That's all you got.
That's all I got.
There's no.
And the rhyming slang for "Kiss me quick" has been used as rhyming slang for prick.
Is it?
Also used as in the way of "kiss me quick," like KWIK. Seaside towns, describing cheap dated seaside towns according to Partridge. That's all I got.
Did you see how smug he was from Googling all them? Yeah, the most smug little fucking head I've ever seen.
Well, I'm socks. They tend to come from. They basically originated from Blackpool,
Bless me.
and they were, I wouldn't say traditionally, but commonly worn by the Teddy Boys.
I've never used one. I've never used
Was
this.
it? The Teddy Boys.
Yeah, if you was a Teddy Boy, if you was in Blackpool, you'd have one of these hats.
Yeah, right, okay. I
see the Teddy Boys, 50s, 60s.
No, I don't think
I know what a Teddy Boy is, I just never used these hats ever.
No. It's like t-shirts as well, but it just says "Kiss Me Quick" on it. It's just, I don't know. Just one of those
T-shirts
things.
come from the hats.
Yeah. I know it was a hat. But
So, what if there's a woman walking on a road, kiss me quick, I walk up to her and kiss her, she's going to have me done for sexual harassment. False advertising. That's what it is.
I think that's probably why the Teddy Boys wore them, not the women. Although these days, they're a very common piece of furniture for the ladies when they go on hen parties.
Yeah, it's like hen parties and stuff. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you boys, false advertising. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
Yeah, John, 10 inches is false advertising as well, John. 8, 7, 6.
Yeah, your wife did tell me yesterday, Steve.
She did this, yeah.
Go on then.
Right then, so this week's. Dear Drew, what's the most imaginative insult you can come up with? And that's from Marshall BM the Third.
Marshall BM the Third. Imaginative insult. Nah, I'm not going.
But make one up right now.
Use your imagination and come up with an insult.
Stick Jared in front of him.
Oh, you know straight away what I'm gonna go for Jared. So what's the point?
Where?
Jared's got the biggest nose on his fucking earth, big time.
Well, here we go.
Biggest nose on his earth.
Imaginative. Expand on it, Socks. Make it big. The insult, not the nose now.
Really?
Go on.
Anyway,
I got nothing, but I got nothing.
Socks.
I don't hardly do insults, but
Socks, I hope you have a sweaty arse crack, right? And your arsehole itches all night, but.
crack on, but.
Done. Insult. See?
so Andrew, next week's homework is I want a decent, good insult.
Yeah, you got a week to come up with one. That's fair.
A full week. If you want to Google some and relate them to the people you don't like, smash away, kid. Right? That's next week, right?
I hope fucking when you wear socks, right? They keep going between your toes, and you gotta keep pulling the sock out constantly, man. I hope your t-shirt chafes your nipples all day, man.
Now, I like this one. I really like this one. This is a good one. It says, right, Dear Drew, if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you've done? And that's from Mr. Dibble, that is retired.
That's a good one.
Probably kill someone.
That's what your family friends would think you've done.
Straight up murder.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
It's gone and done it.
It's gone and done it.
Gone and done it.
Oh, that socks, he's killed somebody again. Right, I promise I will not bring up past episodes involving Vikings. So I'm not going to bring that up, I promise.
and murder, man. Nothing to do with rape, Jared, and stuff like that, no. Okay? The way Steve fucking make me go that way.
You were the one that wanted to go to the Viking days to rape and pillage, Andrew. That's what I'm saying.
Your words, Andrew.
You fucking made me say it. That's fucking why, Steve.
I can't make you say things, Andrew.
You made me go that way to fucking say it.
How?
I can lead you to
You
water, Andrew,
lead
but
me
you
to say it.
guzzled away.
Yeah.
The problem is you didn't even lead him down water, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
He fucking walked it himself.
Jared, go and walk off a short cliff, bud.
A short cliff.
Yeah.
Good insult.
Why a short cliff?
Go walk off a short fucking cliff.
That's another terrible insult.
Let's go for a short walk over a cliff.
Go for a long walk on a short cliff.
Go walk up a short cliff, he said. Oh my god. See, we got to prep with it all the time.
Yep.
It's amazing, it is. It's amazing. Oh.
Alright, fucking hell, sucks.
So not only is he a past rapist in a past life, he's also a future murderer.
I could.
As his friends, were we going for murder?
No,
I
don't know what I was thinking.
Thinking, pull your trousers down the fences. I was thinking.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, he's not happy with that one. He's happy with murder, but pull your trousers down. No.
No. Murderer man. Murderer man.
Again, like, it's not going back to murder like thing, like, but like I said, beating up someone or fucking someone badly fucking hurt or beating someone up, something like that, yeah. And they see.
When was the last time you was violent towards anyone? You're the most gentlest fucking man I know.
I can't be violent, but.
For fuck's sake, Andrew. You're the most chilled person I know.
Bruce, don't let him get you angry,
It's
Bruce.
the quiet ones you gotta watch out for, but.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna go take a walk up a short cliff. Okay, now.
Fuck. I knew he'd get a good out of that. I did. Dear
It was
Drew,
good.
if you could change one fucking. Yeah, put these together right away. Dear Drew, if you could change one thing about your fellow crows for 24 hours, what would it be and why? It can be anything at all.
No worries. I got one for every single one of you.
Come on in.
Go on.
Fucking hell, thought for this one.
Give
This was pretty-
Give Morgan a full fucking head of it.
Oh,
Easy.
Morgs, you can
And-
slow it down.
24 hours would be plenty for me to have here. Just have a go again and then be like, right, I'm done now.
Oh,
Bed of a wash minute.
mine.
Tie a toilet to Jared's ass so he can stop fucking shitting himself.
Says Drew.
It's called a nappy jar.
It's got a nappy.
And
He can just give me a nappy, but no, this fucker wants me to walk around with a toilet included in my
With a
ass.
toilet. And give Steve a
Well,
pack of hair dye, but
Right, I'll colour it ginger. You can have a house.
Happy days.
Fuck yeah.
So
Just to see-
the toilet to it still miss.
oh yeah, it's spot on. You're right there, like.
So what you change about us is you give him A,
Give Morgan
make
hair.
his hair, give Morgan A,
Yeah,
give
Steve
make Steve's hair
proper
black,
black hair.
and you're gonna make me
Wear the toilet,
stop.
Wear a toilet.
Now, see, now I've already gone through the full process now. Right?
Oh my god.
Jared's going to have a bloody pushchair in. He's going to be in a pushchair with a fucking fixed kimono.
I just imagined him with a toilet glued to his ass. Like, he's like hunched over, walking everywhere. And then when he needs to go, he just leans back and he's on the
Lean
toilet.
back. Oh, yes. And I picture Morgan now, just these flowing blonde locks.
Flowing locks, like fucking Prince Charming and Shrek.
Oh, fucking hell.
Everything's a lot.
What would you lot do, Anne? What would you lot do?
I'd give you brains. I'd make you intelligent for one day, I would.
Yeah.
I'd make you see the world like normal
Einstein
people.
intelligent. Just
I would
what
not
we come
think
up
that.
with.
I would make him see the world like normal people see the world. instead of staring out his window for 3 hours watching somebody dance. If I get straight. I just stood there for 3 hours.
Oh, dear God. Right there, socks. Dear Drew, my son has started vaping. Bear with me.
Oh.
I don't like it. I'm afraid of the dangers. Could you please advise? And that's from a concerned parent. This is.
No worries.
Oof.
Explain what you were saying before
Go-
though, about
go
your,
on.
YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, so from December 31st, they're now technically like not monetizing, like, but any vaping devices, regulated devices, you technically gotta state it in the description that you're vaping, etc. If not, they fucking take your video down.
They'll take our video
So-
down. Like.
I want to know if it's technically or if it's true.
No, it is. It is. So I watched a live feed yesterday of I won't say the name, like, but two famous reviewers on YouTube who vape review, and they'll discuss it on here. So, like, what's happening in America now? They banned all flavors, so most shops now can only sell menthol and tobacco flavors.
Really? I didn't know that.
More when you go to Australia, from July 31st, you can't import any nicotine, so you can't take any nicotine with you.
You can't get any nicotine out there, but loads of people get it from New Zealand.
Yeah, but you can't, from 31st, you can't even import it anymore. You can't even buy it anymore.
Yeah.
From the July 31st. So it's literally, like, over the UK's got it easy, but from December 31st, like, it's called TBD, which is like all the laws and stuff. But from December 31st, it's TBD 3 coming in now, which is technically banning these off YouTube or any Twitch live feeds or anything like that. They literally shut the video down.
Fucking hell.
So yeah.
So, on to the question.
The question, again, it's going to a big hype. I'd probably go and go to a vape shop and speak to someone in the vape shop and get some fucking advice from them, because they really know their stuff. Like I know my stuff. Search online.
But
Like
if you know your stuff now, Answer the fucking question.
Well, let me tell you, it's 95% more healthier than 99% more healthier than a cigarette.
That's not proven. That is not proven.
So wait. So why does
That is not proven.
It is.
That's my point. Right, I'm sorry, but this woman is
Shut the fuck up for 2 minutes.
You have just given her advice,
2 minutes.
which is dangerous.
Shut the fuck up for 2 minutes, Doc, right? So why does the NHS, right, show on their posters that it's 99% more healthier? They're happy. They fucking do.
No, don't. Show me one poster.
I will fucking show you one poster. I'll fucking send you two. That's very fine. Why is hospitals now putting vape shops inside hospitals? Answer that question, Jack.
Why are they banning vaping on YouTube and everything like that?
In America.
And America. Why are they banning? Answer that
Right,
question.
they're not banning vaping, right? They
Whoa!
They ban
You just said.
They ban flavours in America, right? Because due to fucking close products, which you can buy off the black market, and CBD oils and fucking THC oils, etc., which made vaping a bad name, okay? And you know, that's YouTube fuel. It's fucking.
If you remember,
Go on.
we had a discussion about this.
We did.
Way back when, and we decided, on this show, and we decided then. And we proved that it wasn't 99% safer than smoking. Remember that, Andrew?
Yeah, I got the fucking NHS website in front of me, Bill, up, right?
Read out.
I will now, give me 2 minutes. What are e-cigarettes and how they work? What's it, e-cigarettes?
I thought the data wasn't in on vaping, so we.
The data isn't in. The data's not in.
It is.
Like my stance is the same. It's the nicotine I don't like. I don't trust the nicotine.
There we go, look. What does that say right there, look? 95% less harmful.
But
Than
they haven't done the actual studies, have they?
Leading health organisations, including the Royal College of General Practitioners, British Medical Association and Cancer Research UK, agree that e-cigarettes are far less harmful than smoking. Based on the current available evidence, right? Based on the current available evidence, Public Health England and the Royal College of Physicians estimate that they're at least 95% less harmful than cigarettes. There we fucking go.
Climbing a tree is 95%.
And that's off the fucking NHS website.
That is true, Mo. Climbing a tree is 99% safer than smoking. But yet you can still fall from the tree.
Still fall, exactly, yeah. That's the point. I mean, if it said it's safe for you, I go my hands up, but it's safer than smoking.
Yeah, it's spot on. I watched.
So it's not exactly just because he said it's safer than smoking. It doesn't exactly mean it's safe, does it?
The only thing, like I said, with vaping, is the most addictive drug is nicotine, and I always say to everyone, if people haven't smoked, leave vaping alone. Don't touch it. Don't do anything. If people have smoked and they need that nicotine hit and they need that throat hit, etc., then vaping is the right way around it, and that's what I'm going to say.
I can answer the question for this lady, Steve. Stand up for me, Andrew.
Why?
1 second. Stand up. Right, walk backwards. Right. For this lady, all she's got to do, right, is show her son that. and say, if you want a fucking fat head like that, on a big tubby body like that, carry on smoking. Carry on smoking. Sorry,
hang on. So has it been proven when you're giving up smoking, etc., you do put on weight? Am I correct or not?
Correct.
Thank you very much. Right? I've been 6 years smoke free, vaping for 6 years, coming up 7 years now in November. Look, I haven't touched one cigarette. I can breathe better. I can fucking.
Is he blaming quitting smoking for his weight gain? He's been smoking a vape for years with nicotine. He's been nicotine for years.
Nothing to do.
But nothing to do with vaping. It's all them cakes and eating.
Spot on, bud. Happy life, fucking happy wife, bud. There you fucking go.
Isn't the like smoking thing or like putting on weight when you stop smoking? Isn't that from? Because like you go to eating cakes instead of smoking. Like,
because of the craving, yeah. But he's not having that craving. He's not having that craving. Because he's smoking nicotine vapes.
But I still eat my fucking cakes, I still eat fucking whatever I want to eat.
Right, Andrew, right, I'm sorry boys, but Andrew is 99%, 100% proof that vaping rots brain cells. So if you want to study, he's there.
I got a question.
Sorry, but has that been proven? No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
but has it been proven? Has it been proven that it's 95% less harmful than a cigarette? Yes, it fucking has.
No.
It fucking has, John.
Jared, if you can prove to me that
Just
Soxy was clever in this before he started smoking, then I'll accept it.
Right. I got a question, Socks. You smoke flavours, do you?
Yeah.
So if they banned it in the UK, do you think you'd still vape?
Oh yes.
You can only have menthol or whatever the other flavour is.
Most of mine are menthol. Look, I got blackcurrant menthol. I got most
blackcurrant.
ice. I got ice. I got stuff like that. Even if it's straight menthol, like I can vape straight menthol. Bacco flavours. I can do bacco flavours.
You could get.
You'd smoke just as much, like a vape just as much.
Yeah, but like most flavour no more, right? Even though if this ban does come in, right, etc., but banning flavours, etc., they're gonna bulk buy flavourings and make us enough liquid to last them fucking how long, mate? I tell you I know.
How long was it?
That's it, isn't it? Like even before TBT2 came in, right, when you had tanks with fucking big glasses, 6mm glasses, 10mm glasses, and they only make them now to 2mm. The amount of people bulk buy the tanks and get
just to keep them going.
Just to keep them, yeah. That's it.
You could get the world's leading expert on this, right? And Soxy still argue with him. You would.
I can get about fucking 50 fucking vape reviewers, and they all fucking tell you straight.
Well, obviously they would, because they're vape reviewers. Yeah. They're all vapers. They're gonna be pro vape.
But why is NHS fucking advertising? Why is NHS? A government-paid fucking NHS saying that there's 95% less harmful than a cigarette, and they show posters and put in vape shops inside hospitals, Jared. Answer that.
Because they want you to stop smoking.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, but they're not saying
it's safe.
Instead, they're saying, look, get off the cigarettes even if you've got a vape. It's the same as heroin addicts. They give them
methadone. Methadone.
The reason is, it's not because they go in, right, we want you to be addicted to this. No, that other stuff. It's because they want to ease off it.
You smoked for so long and you're addicted to nicotine. That's the reason why vaping is... That's the only one drug. Nicotine is the most addictive drug.
Can we all agree not to take advice from the guy who said, I can hear myself tiny, fine?
I can. Listen, like you're saying, I got my fucking decibels in front of me and I'm fucking literally tipping the red bar button. And I can hear myself.
Do we have any more, Steve?
Yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, Dear Drew, I'm a young lady of 19. Not me, the lady. I'm looking for a man who is loving, caring, considerate, but must have a massive head. Suggestion, that's from Wendy. Suggestion.
Well, unfortunately, I'm taken, so I'm not free. So that's one. Get on some fucking dating websites, POF, Tinder. Get on here and have a look. There we go.
You get massive heads on there.
What is it? It's just a massive heads on here. Until you see them and go on a date with them, that's the only way you can fucking find out, isn't it?
Oh my god.
I met World on Tinder. Yeah, I met World on Tinder, and then
Tinder or Grindr?
No, Tinder. Fucking Grindr, John. Fuck off. That's Jared's app. That's not fucking my app. That's Jared's app. But Grindr, fucking get a grip. But I already met Becky before Tinder, because when I worked, she came into my workplace.
Oh, so that motherfucker had an anniversary with Word before he even met her, right?
That's true, yeah. No. But now, get out there, do a good dating profile, have a decent picture, slap yourself up, and make yourself look good, and then fucking, yeah. Get on.
Socks?
How is that sexist?
Don't try to be yourself. Don't try to come over as natural, original. Slap it all.
Do that after the first date, man.
Get your trowel.
Do that after the first date. There we go.
Maybe do not be yourself.
Maybe you've just made a new thing for men now to give them the head size on their profile, like on their bio. They'll say now, big head. By the way, big head. Small head.
Mine's not in our bracket because mine's a fairly big head.
It'll go from Andrew down to like Chihuahua.
Chihuahua.
Thanks, man. Oh, fuck off. Dear Drew, if you could ask advice from a historical figure,
Oh, fuck.
Who would it be?
Oh, really?
And what would you ask them? And that's from Lucy Worsley. Lucy Worsley.
Wow.
He started to sweat, bless him.
I am starting to sweat.
Historical figure. Have you checked water over himself?
Yeah, the moment you said historical, right? He come out and sweats, but oh no.
Again.
This fucking
Who would you
loads.
ask and why?
There's fucking loads.
Ask him to name 5 historical figures. Go on. He just said there's fucking loads. Ask him to name 5.
Oh,
Fuck
historical
it.
figures, socks.
Thomas Jefferson.
What did he do? Who was he?
You fucking brought this up about the fucking AI. The stuff with the AI and that.
That wasn't Thomas Jefferson, man.
No. I was way before.
Next guy.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
What
2.
would you ask him?
Margaret Thatcher.
Not quite historical.
Yeah, but there's
That's recent. It's been the both historical. Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Who? Martha. Will you stop talking about his sister?
There you go.
No one goes to his sister, doesn't
He did say Martin Luther King, didn't he?
You know what I mean, anyway. But like this.
Name one more.
Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein.
You said him.
No, I haven't.
Did he?
He did say Einstein.
No, I didn't.
He did, didn't he?
No.
I'm sure he did.
No, I didn't. I said Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson, you know Thomas.
So what would you ask these figures?
Right, go on. So we warn you now for one. Your answer now.
Oh, Winston. What would we talk to Winston about? What
What
would I
else,
ask him?
babe? Who are you going to pick and why?
I don't know if I can. Like I said, I probably would. Again, it's Winston Churchill. I probably would ask him.
See Morgan.
Yeah, I will. It's not in the eye. It's like.
He led him down river, didn't he?
Well, another
He
one
let him
after
the
you
water.
said, and I wouldn't know.
So,
Again,
smoke his pipe.
that's the thing. See, well,
Socks on his vape.
it's what back. Yeah,
Winston's on the
Would you ask
I was
him?
just
Would you
about to
ask him
say-
a question about like the Vietnam War?
No,
Why?
because I don't know much about it.
Yeah, but that's what he's famous for.
I understand. Something like, but I'd probably ask him what tobacco he's smoking in his pipe.
He was famous for World War II socks, not Vietnam, by the way.
He
smoked
was also
cigars,
famous-
didn't he? Did he smoke
he's also famous for cigars, not pipes.
Cigars, pipes, whatever type of cigar he's fucking smoking. There we go.
I think he liked the Cohiba, actually. So I remember reading about that.
Isn't there a question from the past? Isn't there somebody from the past you'd love to ask?
No.
How about one of the pharaohs from Egypt? Wouldn't you like to ask him some questions?
How they built the fucking pyramids from the top to the bottom of the top.
Yeah.
How about, I don't know, a Viking king or something like that?
No, listen, I'm not going to walk down that fucking river, okay? Thank you very much. There we go.
Or he could ask Lance Armstrong what he was like when he landed on the moon.
Good question.
For the new listeners, in joke, he said Lance Armstrong landed on the moon, not Neil Armstrong.
I didn't say Lance Armstrong, but
Yeah, he did.
I said my friend. No, I didn't.
No.
Because I said my friend thought the Lance Armstrong landed on the sun.
No. You said Lance Armstrong.
No, I didn't.
No, that
Steve?
rings a bell. I think
He
he's
did say Lance
there.
Armstrong.
Something about Lance Armstrong landing on the sun. It was something like
Do you want to
that.
say it word
Yeah,
for word?
my friend in work thought that Lance Armstrong landed on the sun.
Yeah.
Yes, but Socks, that was your excuse for your
Yeah, that's not my
answer.
excuse. I will get on the fucking phone now. It won't fucking bother me.
You said
You
Lance
can get on the phone
Armstrong.
and
You
call
said
him
Lance
Lance
Armstrong.
I will get her on the fucking phone. I'll tell her. She will fucking tell you the
Andrew,
fucking story.
Andrew,
No, don't worry
she
about it.
doesn't know what we said on the show. we accepted that's what she said. The argument is you said Lance Armstrong, and then you backtrack away.
When did I ever say Lance Armstrong? I know Neil
You
Armstrong.
did say Lance
Did I
Armstrong.
fuck? Did I
Yes,
fuck?
you did.
Did I fuck?
Yes, you did.
Did I fuck?
You did. You did.
You got it fucking mixed up.
Oh, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it.
Crack on.
It's recorded.
Unless you
Definitely
deleted it, Andrew, it's on you.
Crack on.
Yeah.
I find it and I put my hands up and I've admit it, but I know Neil Armstrong landed on the fucking moon. And
No, you do, yeah, because we told
did
him.
I fuck? I knew
How do you do
anyway.
this? How do
No,
you do this?
no,
What year did he land on the moon?
Not got a clue. Early fucking 50s, 60s probably.
I did this, Socks. I did this. I chose this date.
That was Jared's going back in time. That was.
What do you mean you chose this date?
When we did the war.
Jared wanted to go back in time. Remember, Jared wanted to go back in time, sit in a bar and watch telly.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do with it. Once in a lifetime chance of going back in time and doing something.
Yeah.
He watched fucking telly.
Watching Man Land on
And then when we put out the boat to see what other people would do, he won.
Who's with Lance Armstrong, Socks?
On the
Two
moon,
other men.
No.
Well, when Lance Armstrong, you mean
Lance Armstrong.
Oh, Neil Armstrong.
You're thinking of-
It's him, man. Who is with Neil Armstrong?
I don't know, Jack.
But you knew Neil landed on the moon. That was fine. You knew our shit. You knew that.
Because Neil Armstrong's famous if I can land on the moon, but maybe I can go.
There was two other people who went with him. They always get forgotten.
That is
Poor
true.
fuckers.
He's famous for landing on the moon. And Lance Armstrong Socks does what?
Biking. Cycling.
You said Viking then.
Viking.
He
Yeah,
did.
Viking.
He did.
The Viking.
If he didn't, he did know.
Viking. Fucking cycling.
Andrew, it was Buzz Aldrin. And one more Russian fella. I think he's Russian, wasn't he?
I don't think he was Russian. I think.
His name was Yuri Gagarin. Surely he's Russian.
No.
It's a Russian name.
No, it's not. It's
Oh,
Yuri
Michael
Gagarin.
Andrews.
oh, the guy at Ben Spoons.
Gotta
Fuck
look this
you.
up now because I feel
Yuri
bad for
Gagarin.
It's
it.
Yuri Gagarin he was.
No, it
You
wasn't.
get him on with that.
Every time I always feel sorry for this guy. Who?
Am I wrong on this one?
Yeah. The first.
I'm sure he was fucking right.
He's probably a cosmonaut who was.
No, sorry. Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space.
He was
Okay.
first, anyway.
That's right, yeah.
First-
Sorry.
He was the first what?
Man, Soviet in space,
No,
when he.
What? Him?
A cosmonaut.
Yeah, good boy.
Go.
He definitely wasn't the third man on the moon.
So it was.
Sorry, that's right.
Person to get to the moon, sorry.
Michael
Yeah,
Collins.
That's right, Michael Collins.
Michael Collins. I feel sorry
That's
for him.
right.
So always everyone forgets his name.
You don't like
He was with them as well, but everyone.
Guilty. That's right.
I think
Yuri
Buzz
Gagarin
Aldrin
was
is
the
only
first man in
famous now.
space, wasn't he? That's
Yeah.
right.
I
Yeah.
think Buzz Aldrin is only remembered now because of Buzz Lightyear. To be fair, it's like everyone. Oh yeah,
Dare
Buzz.
you,
is
Andrew? Mount, how dare you?
It's true. Oh come on! Everyone remembers Neil. Everyone forgets. Sort of remembers Buzz, and everyone forgets about Michael Collins.
I agree with him. I agree.
Thing is, when you talk about Michael Collins, you think about the IRA, don't you? So,
We try not to bring it up, like.
Have we got any more, Steve, or is it?
have we got any more? Yeah, we got two left.
Right.
Dear Drew, what was the weirdest thing you believed as a kid, which you later found out to be not true? And that's from SB.
Two
Say
fairies.
it, Andrew.
Two
Oh,
fairies.
come on, Socks.
Two fairies. I literally thought two fairies were true when I was a kid.
We all did as kids.
Yep.
What was the question? I missed the question.
Yes,
What's
well,
the weirdest thing you believed as a kid, which you later found out?
Jared thought I was going to say Santa, innit?
But I don't see
That's
the
not
difference
weird,
between.
though.
I don't see the difference between Santa and the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny.
Because
They get the people to.
I was
It's not weird, is it? Really? Because
I was
everyone-
5 years old, walking downstairs and seeing my mum and father just putting the fucking presents on the fucking sofa. That's all I did.
Oh, bless him,
So there we
bless
go.
him. But that's not
But
weird. Because every kid.
I still thought the Tooth Fairy was fucking real.
Yeah, but that's every kid believes that, so that's not weird.
How old was you? Maybe it's weird what age you was.
What? Till I found out.
24?
Till I found out it was fucking that cop.
Yeah. Yeah.
9, 10.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Andrew! You believe the sun and the moon were the same fucking planet! And yet the Tooth Fairy's a weird one! You thought the pyramids were built from the fucking top to the front!
See how he
I
kicks
can't
off
play, I
every
can't
time
play.
I'm trying to answer. I'm answering the fucking question for the listener, and he kicks off every fucking time. Get a fucking grip. Fuck's sake.
Right, what was the weirdest thing you believed? a tooth fairy. Not the fact that I thought the sun and the fucking moon were the same thing.
Hey, it's his answer, not yours.
Yeah, true.
I found John. What's the weirdest thing you ever believed as a kid?
Ghosts.
Ghosts. Yeah, but Jared,
That's not that weird,
Jared, you still believed in them when I met you. I feel responsible for taking that away from you. Partly responsible.
No, that's Darren Brown's fucking. That's Darren Brown and James Randy's fault. Blame them bastards.
If you went to a school and asked a kid who believes in ghosts, I bet most of them put their hands up.
What's yours, Morgs? What's one weird thing you believed in?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. It's probably something strange, like.
Steve?
I'm surprised I don't believe in a lot of things. The amount of shit my father told me when I was a kid. He was in Custer's last stand. Yeah, he killed Hitler.
He's in Vietnam.
He was in the Vietnam War and the fucking Falklands, yeah.
Yeah, I had one like that as well.
200 years old, I think, at the moment, yeah. And he's done it to my kids. He's done it to his grandchildren. And he's on his great-grandchildren on him. And there's no doubt in my mind these people are getting ruined as well.
I remember my father telling me he had a lightsaber up the attic. I fucking looked for that lightsaber. Fucking never found it. Bastard.
I believe that Steve was quite sporty when he's in school, but it turned out he's just a cheerleader, so.
I still believe my back garden is fucking Pet Cemetery, bud.
Back garden's Pet Cemetery.
I still believe I had to this fucking day.
I can't believe, right? He had thought that the sun and the moon were the same planet, but yet he thought that believing in the fucking tooth fairy is the weirdest thing he believed in.
If you believe in the sun and the moon is the same thing, you're gonna believe in fairies. Right there,
I bet, right, the first time he seen the sun and the moon at the same time blew his fucking mind, but whoa.
No, I disagree. I think he's more of a flirter. He's seen both of them, but rejected one of them.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I think.
Not possible. Not possible.
So when 11 and a 9-year-old turns on and goes, "Yeah, but socks. Have you seen the two of them in the sky?" And he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Steve, he wasn't 11. He was 20 odd, man.
Not him, the kids who told him.
This is like less than 5 years ago, man.
I don't know about him, it was the kids who told him.
Yeah.
Come on, and on to the last one.
Last one, socks. Dear Drew, this is from Drizella Tremaine, this is. I have a name there. Dear Drew, what did Cinderella do when she got to the ball?
Oh,
Andrew?
fucking. All I could see was she was standing on top of the fucking. Walked down the steps, and that was it. And then seen the fucking prince, and that was it.
No.
No dancing? No partying?
Yeah.
No partying?
Songs, anything?
Nothing?
Stop pretending to drink.
She had a party, surely it was a fucking ball. I don't know, so she went dancing.
Right, Songs, I'll try it again. What did Cinderella do when she got to the ball?
Kicked it.
No. No, she gagged. Andrew?
Ball, Steve? Ball? Plural? Ball?
John, I play
Maybe it was
with
Hitler.
It's not my question, is it?
Maybe she had a relationship with Hitler. He only had one.
Right. Anyway, the next thing you're going to see now is it's going to be our interview and chat with Justin Silverman. Very nice man. I actually looking forward to having him back on the show, and I'm hoping to have Tony on as well at some point in the future. But it is pre-recorded, so enjoy. Right, as you can see, we got a very, very special guest on today. It's Justin Silverman. You will know. Well, not as special as our Andrew. Justin, do you want to
Did you notice that when you said very, 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 Justin was already nodding?
He's like, yep.
That's right.
Very special. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. That's like a resume thing.
That is one of the hardest questions to answer.
I guess nowadays, I guess I'm most known for doing stuff with James on Cinemassacre, where I did the show rental reviews for 2 years that we actually just canceled in lieu of some other things, podcasts like yourselves. I work at a company called Screenwave Media. We make games. We do a lot of online promotions. We help run a lot of convention stuff. So, I pretty much been doing YouTube and video game conventions and gaming video stuff for the last decade.
That's pretty awesome.
Sorry,
I do have a question. Go on, Mox.
Did you just say it's cancelled? Rental reviews.
Rental reviews.
Yeah, the last episode was episode 100. We decided to move on and do other stuff because, especially with the virus and everything, it's been tough to get.
I noticed
among
that.
A ton of other reasons. We've already exhausted a lot of the films we wanted to do, so now we're just kind of doing it to do it, and that's not fun for anyone.
Right. Yeah.
Like a good example would be we did an episode on Under Siege, the Steven Seagal film, and in that episode we drank a 15-year-old Steven Seagal energy drink that he had. So in the future, we wouldn't do a review of that movie. We would just have a whole video about drinking the energy drink and all that, so it's a little more targeted than just a broad scoping thing where, because when then all of us involved, like 4 or 5 people have to watch one movie, and that takes time away from this and that and this and that. So it just made more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to whatever's next, because that was.
You just broke my heart because I didn't know it was cancelled, so it's like that.
Oh, that's the main problem with canceling rental reviews. There's a lot of people this week were like, "Hey, where'd it go?" It's like, "Oh, you didn't watch last episode."
Yeah.
Well, there's one of the big problems is a lot of people that weren't really keeping up week to week, so views have been going down. So we decided, you know what, let's make stuff that we actually want to make really hardcore. So that's kind of
fair enough.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sorry, you said you're moving on to a podcast?
Yeah, we're trying to start several podcasts. We actually built a little studio in our basement here at work. It's a nice basement. It's not a dank basement, but it's a basement. And we like soundproofed an area, so we're going to try and do that as well. But we haven't really figured out a name or what we're going to talk about yet. But we figured we could take the rental reviews style, since it was more of a podcast style anyway.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
that'd be brilliant, actually.
Make a weekly, hourly thing. I know James and there was like a Cinemassacre radio back in the day, like 10 years ago. So
I remember.
We're going to try and do that again. I think it's going to be more slice of life and just more random questions and interaction with fans than it is like, oh, we're just talking about horror movies, games, heavy metal, stuff like that. It's just going to be kind of like a grab bag.
Well, awesome. I do want to thank you actually, Justin, because I was having a bit of a downer day a few days ago, and I came across the roast of AVGN, and that was just absolutely fantastic. So I just want to say thank you, right, for making me laugh so hard.
Yeah, that was like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but it was brilliant. I do have a question actually, and I don't know if it's actually true. So don't shoot the messenger. But is it true that you were a producer on the film The Room?
IMDb has me as the consulting producer of The Room, but I cannot confirm or deny those allegations. But I will say my pre-YouTube career was very interesting. When I got out of school, I went to film school. I went to school to become a doctor, pre-med, and halfway through I decided I liked my art classes more, so I graduated with a dual degree in 3D animation and film, and then started working at NFL Films, the company that films all the football games and stuff here. Pretty big, I think. They and they do some movies and stuff too. Like I worked on a Jason Statham documentary that I narrated and stuff. So a lot of weird stuff. But then I went on and did a lot of other weird things here and there across the country. And then I ended up just becoming a YouTube guy when NFL Films let go of all their most of their employees when the recession happened in 2008, 2009. So everyone became seasonal. Assistant editors were upgraded to editors, but without extra pay, and it was all very messy. So I just kind of went off on my own.
Cool. That's good. Well, that actually, in your opinion, you haven't got an answer, but Tommy Wiseau, genius or madman?
kind of like in the Nick Breen department. Well, okay, I'll say it like this. I think anyone involved in film or the Hollywood lifestyle is a maniac. It's just how much that is, I don't know, like, I guess Madman. I've met him several times before, and I just think it's like, all right, like to the point where the shtick gets old fast, and I don't think he's ever going to be able to duplicate the success of The Room, especially after Disaster Artist and all that.
Yeah.
He's a bizarre person, to be fair. Like what I've seen of him, he's really like
it's
fascinating.
It's very much like our Andrew, because we think, is he that thick, or is he secretly a genius?
No.
Which one, Steve?
The situation is like I think a lot of people weren't used, like, because I saw that movie when The Room came out before a lot of other people did, and it was just another thing on the pile, because at that point I already seen movies like Samurai Cop and all these other really bad movies because they're bad. Like I was watching like Mac and Me in the early 2000s, before anyone really cared about all this kind of stuff, like bad movies that are so bad. And
hey, nothing wrong with Mac and Me. I watched that when I was a kid.
That was my ET as a kid, honestly. But
yeah, mine too.
With the independent scene, the Philadelphia film scene, Phillywood, if I call it, to kind of mimic Hollywood, there's a lot of Tommy Wiseau's Homegrown, where only like 8 people have seen their feature film. So I'm glad. So like I've already been, like engaged with a lot of this stuff for a while, and there's a lot of things out there that people haven't seen, fun for watching it. So, it's nothing really new to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Well, recently I seen on, I think it was a Cinemassacre, that you was teaching, I'm sure it was Mike, about Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, recently I've been playing Animal Crossing, I love it, right? And Morgan's partner's been playing it, but we are trying to convince Morgan to play it. He just won't play it, so convince him to play it.
That's rough. So,
It's
I've always been someone, and this is kind of a personality thought, where if something gets ultra popular, I generally bow out of it because other people that like it, I'm not. I don't know. It's kind of like guilty by association. Like I didn't get into pop punk
guilty
in the early 2000s because so many shitheads were into it, and Animal Crossing. When New Leaf's been out for so many years, and the new one just came out, New Horizons. I was playing New Leaf like crazy the last 2 or 3 years, and I made my Animal Crossing video, showed Mike how to do it, and I made that RV.
That's fantastic. That's brilliant, by the way.
I made the Murder Basement, and it was hard getting all those things, but with New Horizons coming out, and so many people now, so many new people in the mix of the game. Like I honestly, I played it once, and that was it. I can't, I don't want to start from scratch. The main thing is with New Leaf, the game was so torn apart, and everyone knew everything about it. And you can get the amiibo readers, and everything was already in the game. This game, much like the new Smash Brothers, is going to be like a 10-year plan where they just keep adding things and things. So I couldn't even make what I made in that game because none of the stuff's in it yet. Like they just added deep sea diving, which was a part of the original game. So it's kind of like it's almost like they're constantly adding all this DLC content, and I don't want to hop in. And it's just like the game is good and it's relaxing and it's fun and all that, but my time is limited to play games recreationally because
of course,
when games are what you work and you do, because we make a lot of indie games here and stuff like that, it's just like, okay, I'm good.
You just mentioned, sorry, Walt, you just mentioned Smash Brothers. I purchased that with my son actually this afternoon. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. So I rang Morgan and I said, Morgs, I've just bought Smash Brothers. Morgs, tell him how you come across buying Smash Brothers.
So I was in Australia last year, and it just came out, and I was obviously money was tight because we were backpacking, we were trying to keep our money, and one day I went out for a couple of drinks, ended up getting a bit drunk, came back, and then for some reason just decided to buy this game. But I love it. Like it's brilliant. I even bought like the expansion pack or whatever it was, like extra character. I don't know. I can't even remember, but I was just drunk, ended up buying it. But it's great. It's the first Smash Brothers game I've ever played because I'm not a Nintendo person. Never really had Nintendo apart from the Switch. And yes, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's amazing.
Which is funny now because if you look up anything on Smash Brothers, you get a lot of different stuff in the news right now. So that's kind of a problem. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never really been that. Yeah, I've also never, even though I grew up with Nintendo, like NES was my first system. I jumped a lot of ships, like NES to Sega Genesis Master System to then PlayStation to eventually PC gaming. So I kind of went all over this. So I don't really have an allegiance to a lot of people who just love Nintendo that grew up went, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, GameCube. They just kind of went through the ringer with that. And I always felt Smash Brothers was a game where you're picking up your favorite characters like action figures and just banging them into each other. It's for guys drinking, in a college dorm having a good time. It's for kids just to play all the challenges and have fun with it. But the Smash scene, which has turned out to be kind of a poor scene, clearly has turned it into this giant fighting game, FGC community, much like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat stuff. And it isn't. So like I never really got into it. Like, I help run a lot of Smash events and a part of a lot of the conventions I'm a part of. Like, I have 50 Switches downstairs because we bring them out to places and do all that. But not now with coronavirus, but and let me tell you, if you've never unlocked 50 systems in a night for a thing the next day,
I just want to say it takes you a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
it's Nintendo is. I feel like it's still couch playing, it's like the amount of times I've played I play a PS4 and there's just nothing on it I want to play with someone next to me. It's just not built for that. But then the Switch came out and they won that. I just got the 51 worldwide games and it's literally board games, and it's brilliant. I love it. And
the Clubhouse game.
I think it's called Clubhouse in the US. Yeah, for some reason it's worldwide games here. But yeah, it's amazing. Like I love it. Like playing Mancala and stuff, and
obviously, you're a gamer, Justin. So, what game are you actually currently playing through when you got the time right now?
I just beat Death Stranding, which took 100-something hours. Even though it didn't have to, I just kind of had fun with it and made zip lines everywhere. And I'm pretty big in the Metal Gear series and all the Kojima games.
Metal Gear's fantastic. Yeah.
That was fun. But currently playing, I've just been watching a lot of movies, catching up on those. I don't think I'm playing anything right now. I was thinking about restarting the Batman Arkham trilogy again.
Brilliant.
Getting.
Are you making another one?
Probably. They're always making another one.
Have you played Last of Us 2 yet?
No, and I don't think I'm going to.
Me and Morgan had a discussion about it, and
had a discussion.
I'm not going to spoil nothing, but there's something in that game which I hated it, and I don't want to be controversial, and I don't know if I'm going to offend anyone. I apologize if I do.
It's fun.
But it's like feminism, the game, and it's in your face because they got a lesbian character and they got a trans character, and it's proper in your face. And I'm just like, is there any need for that in video games?
Right. I mean, I'm fine with a lot of that stuff if it's done tastefully and makes sense. But But from a lot of reviews I've listened to and a lot of the leaks and things like that, and it's just I'm good. I really like the first game, mind you. I didn't play that first game until the HD remake came out for the PS4. Yeah. So I didn't play it until then, but I knew a lot of people were into it. And mind you, I do love, pretty much video games where you're just playing a movie. Metal Gear is a big thing like that.
Big one,
So more narrative, and I'm just not interested in The Last of Us 2's narrative.
We were discussing the greatest plots in video games actually recently, and I said Metal Gear Snake Eater for me is up there because it's one game that actually made me cry at the end. It made me teary eyes at the end. It's absolutely fantastic plot-wise. It's brilliant.
The first Last of Us was the same for me, but it's at the very beginning when his daughter is shot, and it's real. It's a film. It's not a game anymore and just a cutscene. it's really scripted and it's well put together.
But I think you can go too far with that. Like, I think the new God of War is a little too much narrative and less of how the action of the games were before that.
Yeah.
Or games like Horizon Zero Dawn, which have really cool premise, but then they have a 2-hour cutscene in the opening with a tutorial that lasts forever rather than just kind of getting you in there. Where
getting into it,
I think Metal Gear always, like Metal Gear, like the first area in those games are always kind of like get you up to speed, kind of a thing. But I don't know.
I think Metal Gear Sons of the Patriots, I'm sure the end scene was 90 minutes long. That's the length of a movie.
I've seen people
brilliant.
With Death Stranding just watch the cutscenes, and it's it's like 4 hours, is it, or something, maybe
8.
more, or 8 hours, or double. And it's we just lost Steve.
We lost Steve aside.
You probably come back. And it's a movie, and games are becoming movies, I feel like. But going back to the Switch, I feel like Switch is keeping it old school. They keep into the game.
I think
definitely
Nintendo's always kind of done that, like, because I think the N64 was the first system, widespread system. There's a bunch of other ones that has 4 controller ports ready to go. You didn't need a multi-tap compared to PlayStation. I was a PlayStation kid, but I didn't have a ton of friends in elementary or middle school, so I would play these first-player games, Medal of Honor, Metal Gear Solid, Soviet Strike, like all these more. The PlayStation 1 definitely had more adult narrative games, and Nintendo games are more like having fun with your friends, yada yada, and they kind of kept that going through every system. And now the Switch, they pretty much took the 3DX and mixed it with the Wii U and said, here you go, and which is great. And that's why we just did a retail review with Mike Batey about the PS5, and I said that the PS5 system, the Xbox, the PC, they're all coming the same thing. It's just it's almost like an Epic Game Store. The box is what PlayStation is now, and all that. It's based on what your exclusives are, and no one has any good exclusives anymore. So on the next gen systems, like I don't really want to play the new Halo. I'm good, I don't know.
Yeah, like playing Mario Odyssey really took me back to playing games as a kid. Playing games like Croc and Crash Bandicoot, and obviously Mario, the old Marios. It really does feel like a game rather than all the newer games. I enjoy them. I'm not.
They go for realism.
Yeah, Red Dead 2 was, again, I loved the immersion and realism, but there is something about old games and Nintendo style games that just make you feel like a game. You're playing a video game.
I will say, for like Red Dead 2 is good. I think there's a point when you need a more direction narratively rather than just you're out there and now, hey, you're in the field now. Good luck. It's the size of a small country. Yeah. Have fun. And I'm hoping that Cyberpunk 2077 has a more direct.
That is one game I'm really looking for, and we're also looking forward to Star Wars.
Squadrons, yeah.
Squadrons.
Right, because
I think that looks.
Because that's just all those games, the old school shooter ones put together.
X-Wing and TIE Fighter and all that.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron, Rebel Squadron, and all that.
Yeah.
And I always loved Rebel Assault 2. It'd be pretty cool if they went back and did like a live action type game. You don't really see much of those anymore because it's more of like an FMV game.
Yeah. I remember that's probably one of my earliest memories of games was sitting down with my PS1 playing Rebel Assault.
And it would never work because it was scratched up. And
it was all scratched up. It was like 2 or 3 discs maybe. And the live action cutscenes are just amazing. I love that.
Talking about completing games, Steve, he's a slow gamer, Justin. It took him 2 years to complete Tomb Raider?
It was less.
He was so proud, bless him. He was so proud.
I enjoy looking for stuff. It's not a problem.
I hated watching him because he's the type of gamer that goes in every single nook and cranny. And like Steve, it's a wall. You can see it's a cave, an empty cave. It's nothing there. You never know. I'm just like.
I'm the same. That's how I play games. I love just finding everything.
I've got to go for a look. You just don't know. You don't know what's wrong with the other look.
You know where you have like doors and you know the door is just there for visuals, and you still try to open it. I'm like, Steve, you can't. He's that type of gamer.
I'm looking at the finish on the wood.
You should play something like Skyrim, where you just can find anything. So you'll have the time of your life playing something like that.
So Justin, I'm gonna ask you a really difficult question now, which we all find hard. What is your all-time favorite movie, and what is the worst movie you've ever seen?
Movie. Like, I have a normal top 10 list. You have like Terminator 2 on there, Jurassic Park, all the classics. Recently, I really like Falling Down with Michael Douglas. That Joel
Douglas,
rest in peace. Made. That's a really good one. And a lot of it. A lot of parallels to nowadays. If you haven't seen Falling Down from 1993, that's definitely up there.
Fantastic film.
But most of my top 10 is more fun, or like Casino's on there, Scorsese film, which I think is better than Goodfellas. And I got weird stuff on there like Starship Troopers, if that thing back there.
Starship Troopers is amazing. No, come on, let's face it, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I got my T-1000 shirt. But I don't know. I always like movies that are a little more fun, and they don't have to be. Well, I think film is probably one of the greatest work of arts there is, because you're taking so many people's talents and putting them together, from painters to all these crazy different things. But
this one, sorry, go on.
Worst movie, man, that is tough. Because you have things that are just bad, like The Room or Samurai Cop, but they have merit because you can make fun of them. So theoretically, the worst movie is one that you wouldn't want to sit through the entire thing, which they make a lot nowadays, be it a Star Wars movie or other things. So I don't know. I don't think there's not many movies like I've only walked out of a few movies in my life. Master of Disguise is one of them. Where there's like Turtle. Remember that with what's his name from Wayne's World, Dana Carvey.
Oh, Dana Carvey. Yeah.
So there's a few things like that, but some movies I hated seeing them in theaters and love later, like a movie like Rat Race. When Smash Mouth came out at the end of that movie, I was like, oh, this sucks. And now I'm like, that movie's awesome. I like it more than Mad.
I like that film. I was gonna say I like that film, so I'm guilty there.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have a worst film. I think there's I generally have a scale of films like, oh, what do you rate this? And I kind of have a binary scale, either watch it or don't, 1 or 0. And there's not many zeros, I guess.
How far back do you go in regards to films? How old a film would you watch?
Oh, I'll watch a film from the 1910s if it suited me that time. I mean, I've been trying to watch more older stuff, especially with James Rolfe's influence, like watching movies like Rope or, Rear Window or things like that. Even Casablanca, like, that's more well known. But even some of the stuff that's lesser well known from back in the day, I'm trying to get more into that. As someone who, graduated with a film degree, there's a lot of stuff back in the day I haven't seen. In fact, I don't think there's a lot of people today that would watch even things from the 70s, let alone the 60s, like, aside from like your Jaws and things like that. But I think there's a lot of films back then that have a lot of merit.
Yeah.
Steve loves
old enough to watch them.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in '84, so which a lot of good movies came out in the '80s. So, but me being 36, I mean, like, a lot of even Cinemassacre's audience is way younger, like they're 14, 13, so we're trying to introduce a lot of these newer film people into a lot of that stuff, and that's what's great about YouTube as well. But I think people spend a lot of time making videos about old film and watching videos about old film than watching the films themselves and getting enthralled in them, and I think that is a greater issue,
Yeah. Talking about James and Cinemassacre, James was the one reason really that made me realize that I did like horror. I've always been like, I don't like horror, it's so jump scares and stuff. But until I seen Monster Madness and James reviewing, the Swamp Thing or Creature from the Black Lagoon, and old sort of Hammer horror films, it really made me realize, that's what I like. I like the atmospheres of horror films, I like the not knowing what's in the dark is scarier to me than having a monster or a ghost or something. Yeah, exactly. And
what's the best type of horror?
Well, that's tough. I do think atmospheric horror is definitely the best. But a good slasher movie, a movie that really knows its genre, like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like some of the best. Like, example, like you would just watch the first Nightmare on Elm Street, then like Part 7, or even Jason movies. Like they kind of got it right the first time in a lot of those, and your time's kind of valuable. I would watch things to watch them. The trouble is, a lot of people who say they're horror fans end up just watching the same 70s, 80s, 90s slasher movies than some of the classic stuff, like like a lot of older stuff that's more based on Edgar Allan Poe type stuff from like the 30s, the 40s, or the Universal films or the Hammer films. There's a lot, but my favorite horror is definitely sci-fi horror. I'm a science fiction guy at the end of the day, be it action, be it horror. So like the John Carpenter's The Thing,
fantastic,
Alien. I would even consider the Exorcist to be a little very more supernatural. Poltergeist is definitely 79. I think that's definitely probably top of my list.
Me too.
So Event Horizon, even though that needed a final cut, I think those are some of my favorite horror. More kind of crazy, like more unnatural than like, a guy's coming to kill me with a knife.
Yeah. Well, I find I prefer a monster movie to a paranormal movie, and I think the main reason is paranormal type ghost movies, they don't have any rules. So with a monster, you got rules. You go like with Dracula, you can't go out in the sunlight, and you can kill him with a stake. And werewolf, silver bullet, they got rules to them. But where a paranormal movie doesn't, so that's just a bit off-putting for me, really. I know it sounds daft.
Paranormal, you mean like ghosts?
Ghosts and stuff like that. Like there's no rules to them. You can do anything you want. To me, I like to know what I'm getting into, if that makes sense. But
I've always liked zombie films. I mean, ever since I was a kid, and that was the one type of horror film that would give me nightmares every single time I would watch one as a kid. But I still loved them, and I'd still watch them, like knowing that it was going to give me nightmares.
Well, the zombie genre is interesting because depending on if you have like the fast ones from the new Dawn of the Dead film or the classic old ones, it's just basically it's mindless people coming after you at the end of the day, which.
I've again going back to Cinemassacre. I don't mean to keep bringing them up, but seeing like some of James's zombies, like the original zombies, and they were literally just hypnotized people, but they still had the same sort of scare factor, just this mindless person slowly walking towards you, and it's
kind of like the original White Zombie and all that. kind of stuff.
White Zombie, exactly. And strangely, it's the slow classic zombies that would give me the nightmares, not the fast ones.
Same as me, Morg.
It's something about the fact that they're slow, yet they still can get you.
They're always coming. They're unstoppable.
Yeah, exactly. They're always coming.
We won't move on just yet, but obviously we've been doing the cartoon fight. When this is finished, we're actually planning on doing a movie club type thing for the podcast where we each give 5 our favourite films, and the other's got to watch it. One of my films is. Have we ever seen a film called Whiplash?
The drumming movie. Yeah.
What was your opinion on that film?
I thought it was pretty good. I saw that after it came out.
He just wanted. Sorry, Justin, but he just wanted your opinion on the movie.
He's been trying to get me to watch this film for weeks.
Justin, I think it's fantastic, right? I think I just love this. It's intense and it's just brilliant, right? And the teacher, I can't think of the actor who played him. Jonah James now to Spider-Man.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, I thought he was brilliant, and I just love this film. Steve watched it, doesn't like it. So I've been trying to get Morgan to watch it.
Yeah. So what is your opinion, Justin? A professional's opinion.
Professionals.
Would you advise Morgan to watch it? Is it a 1 or a 0?
Oh, it's definitely a 1.
Oh,
I think it won an Oscar that year. Did it not?
I think it did win an Oscar. I'm sure it did. Yeah.
I think it
Oh,
might have been
so-
Best Picture, 2007.
Fantastic.
Right?
So good.
No, 7. No, that's way too. Wait, was
that's
it?
too early. Yeah.
I never
That's too
used
early.
this.
Yeah. Wait, when was? I don't remember when it came out, but
13,
yeah, I think it's
14.
13. It was definitely
2015.
15.
15.
15,
Okay,
was it?
no, I said 7. But yeah, the last 20 years are kind of a blur.
Yeah.
But
It won
no,
three, it won
it's
3 Oscars. Sorry, Just. It won 3.
Shut up, folks.
Fantastic.
It won Best Supporting Actor, Best Sounding Mixing, and Best Film Editing.
yeah. J.K.
But-
Simmons won. Yeah.
But the thing is, Steve hated it, but yet he loves the Man of Steel. And I can't stand the Man of Steel, so...
Like I said, Jack, each to their own. Everyone's got a different opinion.
Yeah, obviously. What's your opinion on Man of Steel, Justin? Just to throw it out there.
But Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, the
I think
Superman.
they said manatee. I was like, I haven't seen that.
Manatee.
I've seen a manatee.
It's an old Welsh movie.
The Man of Steel.
Yeah, they needed to not do that. The DCU is tragic, unfortunately. However, I do like Henry Cavill. I think if that movie was a bit brighter, more colorful, more like the Christopher Reeves film, and the technology of Krypton made any sense, it's almost like they mixed the first 2 original movies into one. It's like an origin story. Well, you got Russell Crowe in there too, so it's like an origin sequel movie all in the same time, and it's running along too long. Zack Snyder needs to be stopped, and they stopped him for a bit, and then Joss Whedon, he also needs to be stopped. But that's part. I will say I've never been a big Superman guy, but I think Superman works when you put him in a setting that he shouldn't be, and that's why things like was it Kingdom Come and Red Sun and stuff work really well, because you're taking something that's been so established and doing something new with it. I thought Man of Steel was just the edgy version of doing the same thing. You know, Man of Steel was made to compete with the Nolan verse of Batman movies, which
of course,
can't happen because Superman is too supernatural. And if you wanted to build the world, you know, like do it how you're trying to do like with the Iron Man movie, you know, you're trying to build up your thing, and then you kind of just knocked it all over. Man of Steel, I think, could be free. I don't know. I think there's, you know, it's like 10 pounds of sand in a 5-pound bag. It's a little too much, but it's not bad compared to like Dawn of Justice, Batman v Superman,
which Steve
Suicide
also
Squad.
liked.
Well, someone like those movies, they made their money back.
Exactly. That's the
I'll
thing.
give them that. You know, but I also wouldn't chastise. And if people have fun watching movies, you know, that's all that really matters. It doesn't, you know, you can't be really, you know, against, you know, everyone's kind of fighting the same fight here with movies, but
that's where the nerds come out in that end. It's like, no, it was rubbish. You ain't no fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Man of Steel gets a 0. So I'm sorry, but I will not be watching that ever again. When the Snyder Cut comes out, not watching that either.
No, he's got to go. Snyder's got to go.
Justin, you were not my friend.
I'm sorry.
There's another person that does not like Steve.
You're upset in my life, you know.
I still like you, Steve, you know? You're a 1 in my heart.
There's one thing I want to bring up.
No, not anymore. Just then,
I'm back in now.
But Justin, you recently done an adult fan fiction on Starship Troopers.
Yes.
2 minutes ago. Now, if it was one character you could play in the movie of Starship Troopers, what character would you play?
Oh, if I was in the film?
In the film itself. Like, what character would you play?
It's got to be just the one. But I'll leave Justin answer. Go on.
Well, Drew, I assume you'd want to be one of the female characters, as I've. You'd like to.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with Dizzy's fucking boobs. I tell you, Anna.
Yeah, but you'd want to get fucked by Rico. So.
You know what? Casper Van Diem in his prime? I don't know. Maybe. I have a Starship Troopers tattoo, as you might know, so I'm kind of.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, where is it? Right here. Yeah. The Death
That
by
is
Bus.
brilliant.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
That is brilliant.
Did he get his vodka, the alcohol poured on you when you had it done?
Yes, 3 other friends, 4 people did it at the same time, and we did pour alcohol in anything, and it hurt. But nowadays, I only talk to 2 of the people that were in that picture, so it's like
brilliant.
we've drifted apart, much like everyone in that movie.
Just much like everyone in the movie.
I guess in that film, you'd probably want to be Neil Patrick Harris because he has the mind powers, and he's like a colonel at the end. And in my fan fiction, he does have sex with the brain bug. That is true. But I figured that's where the movie ended and wanted to go. So
you're a big Starship Trooper fan. What was your opinion on the sequels?
Well, 2. A Hero of the Federation is definitely more of a horror film. It's trying to be like Battlestar Galactica, where there's like Cylons and it's like a whole kind of thing like that. That's pretty bad. 3, Marauder is more like, not the books, but because Starship Troopers, the books kind of inspired the mecha genre in Japan that turned into Gundams and all that. And in that movie, they have the giant mech suits, which they talk about in the book, or like the field manual, if you want to call it that, because the book's feels more like a military type, like you're reading someone's journals than it is narrative, kind of. And so that there's a lot of cool things in them. And then of course you have the animated ones, which are like a true sequel. There's 2 animated ones, let alone the Roughnecks animated series. And those are okay. Like the one to Mars, Traitor of Mars, which I believe is a direct sequel to the first one because they pretended like the other ones didn't happen. But the first one, much like with the horror genre, and like I said with Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one's all you need. Yeah. You're in, you're out. You got Paul Verhoeven, one of his best in the Holy Trilogy with RoboCop and Total Recall. You can't beat that.
There was one, I'm not sure, but they were sort of surrounded in a compound, and the aliens can actually take over the minds of the humans, or did I dream it? Is that a dream or is that a film? I'm sure that's a film. One of the films.
What was it? Was it the live action one?
Yes, it was. It was.
So that was number 2, Hero of the Federation, I believe.
I enjoyed that.
I think some of those elements went into 3. I don't know. I haven't watched. I honestly have only watched each one once, and I'm good.
Yeah. Before we actually move on to our cartoon fight, one big question for you. Obviously, you're a Star Wars fan, I presume. Well, me, Morgan, and Steve, big fans ourselves. Morgan, especially. Morgan's up there. So we had a discussion a few days ago. We said, we'll ask you.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
I don't mind a bit of Star Wars. Star Trek.
He's more of a Trekkie than
Star Trek's my thing as well.
Oh, okay.
And me and Mike and Ryan here, we've been working on a project for years now, which we'll probably never get finished with, but it's called Star Trek in 100, and it's the 100 hours of Star Trek you have to watch to understand everything and not have anything drop out.
That's cool.
I would really look forward to that
because if you take all the Trek that's out now, I think it's 700 hours.
Wow.
And we want to boil it down to what you need to know. Like, so you get this and that, and it's all the best episodes, but the trouble, well, first off, you just get rid of Enterprise, you get rid of Star Trek Picard, you get rid of all this crap. And you like, for example, like the original movies, you just keep 2, 3, 4, and 6, and you get rid of all the other ones.
You keep offending Steve just in it.
Just keep on.
You don't like? You like Enterprise? That makes sense.
Steve likes crap. We've established that Steve likes crap.
Steve is the reason they make these ones.
Oh, so
he's the audience.
Steve, so I'm guessing you're a Star Trek 5 guy. Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Not that bad. No, but Enterprise just went over the same ground. I don't think it did anything new for the series. I think if you were trying to get someone into Star Trek, you wouldn't have to show them the show. But it might have been burned after how Voyager ended and how the next thing to come out was that and Nemesis and all, and then what we have now. There hasn't been a good Star Trek anything since 2001.
Yeah, I'd really be interested in that because I've always wanted to sort of be into Star Trek, but I've never been able to like push through and really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just start with next gen.
I remember watching some of the original series and sort of liking it, but I was never into the story or understood anything.
You know, it's the same way as story. It would be like if someone told you, oh, if I want to watch Star Wars, what do I watch? And you say, well, you just watch 4, 5, and 6, and you're done. This would be much like that, except I would have I would have Voyager and DS9 in there, and some of those, because
why not the first Star Trek film? Sorry, just why not?
Why not one? Because it's standalone and it doesn't do anything, and it's not that good compared to the other ones. Because if you have 100 hours, you can't waste 2 hours on the motion picture.
But let me go back to my original question about Star Wars. The last 3 films, what was your opinion on them? Because me and Morgan was discussing this, and we was like, we'll ask Justin.
7 is just a retread of 4. It did a couple things that were interesting, but it was way too safe, which I don't like. I thought 8, I like that they tried something different, but it was kind of a fuck you to the fans. But at that point, I don't know who was a Star Wars fan anyway, because you had to climb out of the pile that was the prequels and George Lucas being crazy and Disney like it's at that point you're just watching it's like going to you're just watching a car crash. It's like, okay, we're showing up. And 9, they tried to repair it. They tried.
They did try.
They had to bring in the Emperor, and they had to.
I can't.
It was too much, and there's too many. There's some cool things in there. I like the little robot Dio. I thought that thing was funny.
Yeah, Dio.
But everything else was messy. It's messy. And it's tough to, much like Last of Us 2, it's tough to talk about without getting into all the politicking and all that.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I think the box office numbers kind of speak for that. Will I go to the theme parks in America and check those out eventually? Galaxy Edge, of course, because I like the old stuff. But
talking about the politics of things, Endgame did the same, really, didn't it? Towards the end, there's a scene where you'd probably remember where you're thinking,
with all the female characters. I'm fine with that. I thought Endgame was fine. I think Endgame had a lot of issues that I didn't like. Like that wasn't something I really cared about. Like in the theater, I just went, kind of like at the end of Return of the King, when the one Rohan girl's fighting the Mouth of Sauron, and he's like, "Oh no, man!" And it's like, and all the girls in the theater cheered. I went, "Yay! All right."
I don't mind.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm fine with it. But it's just like with going back to The Last of Us, it's just pushed on you when I'm just like, what? It's like it's in the game just for the sake of them going, look what we did. We got that in there. Like, and I'm thinking, it could be subtle. They could do it subtle. They had Ellie.
I think Endgame for me, I really didn't notice it until I came out to the cinema. And then I was reading the reviews, and then people were bringing it up, and I was like, which part are they talking about? And then when I realized, oh, okay, and it just went over my head. I didn't even think anything of it.
To be fair, all those MCU movies are the most fan service you can get, and that's fine that they do it. And those things made $1 trillion. But at the same time, did Black Widow come out? Did that come out?
It's coming out.
Not yet.
I think it's delayed because of the
pandemic.
But I wonder how those numbers would have done compared to the other ones. Probably not as well. I think people are kind of done with the MCU stuff like they did, and now they got to kind of work on shows. It's kind of like you also have Star Wars where they're doing really good stuff like The Mandalorian. So it's kind of like maybe if they fell back and did some more of that stuff, I heard Disney's going to retcon a lot of the movies, or who knows what's going to happen. But
we were talking about that last week.
There was the rumors, wasn't it, this week or last week, that they would getting rid of the sequels. The sequel trilogy was going to be wiped out, and it was going to be classed as non-canon, and they were going to
into the expanded universe of stuff that was already non-canon anyway. But but a lot of the non-canon stuff's good, like the Darth Bane series or the Han Solo trilogy or any of that stuff. Or I love Knights of the Old Republic, those games, and I love what do you call it? Like there's so many different Star Wars things that were so good that weren't a part. I think what killed Star Wars was the special editions. It was fine up until the mid-90s. You had the games and all that, and that was going great. And then they just kept adding on it. And now there's prequels and that led you here. So I don't think the only person that made out on the entire thing was George Lucas, who now has $4 trillion in Disney stock. So
Yeah.
I think the best thing to come out of Star Wars for me was the Clone Wars series, the cartoon series. That's just fantastic later on.
Oh, the 2D one, the Getty Tarkovsky one. Yeah, that's really good.
That
And
was
even the
brilliant.
3D
I like
one's
that.
fine too.
And
yeah.
I think the 3D one got really good after, I think, season 3.
Season 3,
When they
good,
revamped it
brilliant.
and realized, right, okay, this fixes. It got really good.
What's amazing is the Clone Wars. Oh, me and your father, we fought in the Clone Wars. That was such a throwaway line from 4, and look how much is built on top of this rocky foundation.
Well, that's it. I mean, there's so many people who are justifying Obi-Wan in A New Hope by saying R2-D2, I don't ever remember owning a droid. And it's like, then they got all these scenes with him and R2-D2 together, like, and it's like, oh, is your memory that bad? Like, but
I know, yeah.
And people
that's because he didn't own him. They were friends.
Exactly. That's what the justification is then. Yeah. Oh, well, they didn't actually own him.
R2-D2's rocket boots could have came in handy a bunch of times. And,
I said the worst thing about Star Wars, the thing that really got me was in episode 7, when Han Solo died, and they get off the ship, and it's Princess Leia, and she just ignores Chewbacca. Just completely ignores him.
This to me the other day. Like,
that proper angers me every time, and she goes to Rey, and it's like, what about Chewie?
Out of the sequel trilogy, I liked 7, but like Justin just said, it's basically remember Star Wars. Remember A New Hope? I remember
the thing is, the sequels 7, 8, and 9. They had, to me, they have one of two jobs they could do. They could be better than the original trilogy, which can happen, or they had to be worse than the prequels, just so it's funny to meme on them and make fun of them. And they did neither. So
Steve also liked the prequels, by the way. I just want to point that out.
Oh no, he didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, he didn't.
So
he did.
Do you know that they called Jared Jar Jar?
So that makes sense. The name, yeah. That must be rough to live with.
He is rough to live with. He is rough.
Talk about the prequels. I seen basically what you're saying about the Star Trek, like which ones are worth watching to get into it. And the Star Wars one I viewed was start with Rogue One, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, then go to Episode 3, which is a prequel, and then finish with Return of the Jedi. And I think they are the best films. I think Revenge of the Sith is brilliant too. I think there's parts of that film is. And there's parts of it that are good, but it's built on a rocky premise and Trade Federation and the Emperor and all that stuff. And so the problem began, if I wanted to go even before that with Star Wars, is the first movie was called Star Wars. Yeah.
And then when the next sequel came out, he decided to call it 5.
Yeah.
And which then backtracked and made New Hope 4 when it was just Star Wars. And then suddenly it was Star Wars Episode 4 and New Hope, and they just kept, and it's like, okay, but what happened to 1, 2, and 3? And it's like, well, it doesn't matter because you're supposed to be jumping in the middle of a serialized thing, kind of like jumping into a middle of like back in the day, you would just jump into a Flash Gordon or Buck Rogers thing in the middle of it. You don't care where it started because each episode, much like Star Trek, was a Monster of the Week episode. You're gonna learn who all these characters are without seeing them all the time, and that's why Star Wars is good as well. And that's why something like Deep Space Nine is a problem because it's so serialized. You can almost not take any episodes out or you're going to miss a part of the story. Where same thing with Star Wars, I think 7, 8, and 9, they don't really, they almost always end on cliffhangers or you don't feel good when they're done. Where at the end of 4, you're like, yeah. And even at the end of 5, even though it ends on a down note, the heroes are going to do something now. Which I don't know. They just don't feel right.
No, that's the thing. I mean, we always knew going into Episode 7 that is going to be an 8. When people originally watched Star Wars in the 70s, they never knew it was going to be this 9-movie
franchise,
saga. Exactly. And with all these spin-offs, they just thought, well, we're a film. And then suddenly they said, oh yeah, we're going to make another 2. And there's oh great. And then the 2 are kind of the same story. They have to find the Death Star and destroy the Death Star, but more expanded, more lore, more, It's a shame with the sequels, it really is.
Yeah. Right, before we actually move on to... go on, Steve.
just for myself, Norman, you've been a producer, you've been a writer, you've done pretty much everything in what you would class as your business. Favorite kind of job? Favorite kind of role? Sorry, what's the
favorite
best role?
Okay.
I've learned I'm a bad writer, which you can work on too. Like so, not secretly, but we're working on outside of Cinemassacre. I'm working on an animated TV show pilot right now, and I actually got help right now. I'm working with Drew Caperson, who wrote Knights of the Old Republic and the Darth Bane trilogy and Mass Effect to help me with that because he just sends me ideas. I'm like, wow, you are way better at this than I am, incredibly so. Like even like just how things are written. So I'm a bad writer, but I'm pretty good at bringing people together. I always thought I was a pretty good producer. So. And all my, of course, my acting chops. Have you seen the Spawn episode of AVGN? I guess, but I've always wanted to be a film producer. I guess like a Jerry Bruckheimer, I guess, kind of a guy. I like that role. Just bringing all the moving parts together and making sure it's coming together nicely and finishing it off. Usually, I help. With AVGN stuff or with Cinemassacre, usually I help set up some of the ideas and I'm kind of along the whole way and usually I end up editing everything. Usually I have final edit and then James comes in along that process too, depending. Yeah. But usually I have help out along the way. So I always enjoyed doing the producing thing. So I'm hoping that we can get this animated show off and Cinemassacre has 2 film scripts that are in progress right now. One's done, the other one's on the way, and which got pushed back because James Wolfe has his atmospheric horror movie, which is very cool. Yeah. It costs a lot, but very cool. And we have a more low budget option as well. That would be for streaming and stuff like that. That is not to say much, but it revolves around Halloween as a holiday. But so we're working on that stuff. But producing those is a lot of fun, and I'm glad I'm able to break out of the YouTube box a little with some of these things. Yeah. So that's been a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, we still have to make our pee and poo jokes, keep money coming in, and still having fun with that and doing the conventions and everything else that we do. So but regarding conventions, I'm the one announcing all this stuff and picking the panels that get picked, but I'm also the guy on the truck moving the giant TVs around because someone has to do it. So it's good being little parts of the whole thing, which I think if you went to Hollywood, you would just be doing your producing kind of thing and it would get sad very quickly. So I'm glad everything I do so all over the place.
Get to try everything up, yeah.
That's good.
Are the cons that much fun?
Yeah, I mean, we run the Too Many Games convention, which is the biggest, I think, the retro gaming convention in the world, probably. Yeah. Except for maybe Portland Retro, but ours, we definitely have the biggest marketplace, retro marketplace. And our concerts are pretty good too. So that's a lot of fun. And I'm kind of missing that right now, especially some of the guys like Kieran or Tony or even James. We miss going and meeting the fans and doing panels and walking around. And that's where we socialize, really. So it's been kind of been shitty for us because we haven't been able to see all of our YouTube friends and all that stuff either. So, and then, in the last 2 years, I've flown so much. I got like gold or whatever platinum status with American Airlines because I've just flown so much going to conventions and stuff, which is crazy for me because I never used to go anywhere. Yeah. Mind you, I've never left the USA ever.
If we ever come to Wales, look us up.
You'll find us. Don't worry, it's tiny.
You'll find us in Wales.
Talk about traveling. I hear so many people from America and Australia was the same, and they say, "Oh, well, I've never really traveled because I've never left my country." The size on America is...
That's the thing is I've lived in Florida, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Arizona. Those are all completely different situations from more urban to middle of the desert to wetlands to whatever.
So different biomes.
Yeah, exactly. Theoretically, the distance between... Well, not even theoretically. From Philadelphia to Arizona is the distance from England to the Ukraine or something like that. It's so... I've lived all over the country and so I don't really feel too bad about leaving and I can see everything. No. But my goal is to make it out to England and Wales and all
Wales. We're next time we're friendlier. Right, anyway, before we actually move on to cartoon fight, I have one important question to ask you. Die Hard, Christmas movie or not?
Come on, man.
I am pro Die Hard Christmas movie. I've said numerous times before, because I think it's a movie that loses a lot of appeal if you don't watch it during the holiday time. Like if you watch it in the summer, you don't even watch it in the summer. You watch Die Hard 3, but
yeah. as usual, Steve.
Back to Steve. Oh, he's broken up.
He's broken up.
Man.
What do you mean
He's broke. No, Jared's broken up.
Jared is broken up. What you said he's saying, Justin?
Am I back?
You are back.
Yeah, you're back. Basically, he's saying it's another one that Steve disagrees
Bloody
with.
internet.
Right. No, it is a hot
Yes, it
topic,
is.
and we've talked about it on rental reviews before, and I've worked on a lot, from doing YouTube since 2010. I've covered the subject many times, and my opinion's changed on it. I used to not think it was, but after watching it more, I mean, even the soundtrack has Christmas music in it, and I don't know. I'm just saying, I am pro Die Hard Christmas movie. I also think it's definitely in the top 3 Christmas movies as well, in my opinion.
What about? Can I ask one? Gremlins. Do you think that's a Christmas movie? Because I do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
That's definitely in the top 3. That's definitely one of my. I don't even consider that horror. It's almost adventure. Like that's a good one. Except for the Santa story, that was weird. But that's a good one. And mind you, Gremlins 2 is definitely one of my favorite.
Dark,
I love Gremlins 2 just because Joe Dante. He'll just say I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And
now
I
he just went wild, and he was like,
I love that.
Brilliant.
And I you can probably find it online if you search my name and Gremlins 3, but I wrote a treatment of what the third one I thought should be like.
Okay.
Where I pretty much turned Donald Clamp into Donald Trump, and I did this whole thing in it, but I think the third one would have to be more off the wall. But yeah, so anyway, I love that. And then those two are really good Christmas movies. I also really love Bad Santa, but that's clearly a Christmas movie right off the top. So
yeah. It's just a darker version of the traditional Christmas movie, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
Do you want to ask Justin? Has he ever watched Seven Brides for Seven Brothers as well?
Justin, have you ever seen a film called Seven Brides for Seven Brothers?
Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
Stay away from it. Stay away from it.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Steve likes it, so if Steve likes it, it's going to be awful.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. I need to make sure it has a 1 or a 0. I actually thought about if we did our podcast thing, we would have a lot of voting and stuff on it. We're reworking on the Cinemassacre website right now. It hasn't been updated in a while. And maybe I would have a section on there where you put in a movie and I'll let you know if it's a 1 or 0, so you have a good place. But
Justin, I will let you know.
Right. Let's move on to cartoon fights, I think.
No
just for the last 10 weeks, maybe more.
Oh, forever.
Forever, we've been doing this cartoon fight where we had 40 cartoons and we've actually pitted them against each other.
Okay.
To decide which is the best cartoons, and we've put the vote to Twitter. We usually vote ourselves, and then the final vote goes to Twitter. So whittled down the winners so far, and in the final now is Andrew.
What are you doing here, you?
No, I just passed it with you.
No worries. So yeah, last week we had the semi-final. It was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles against Pink Panther. We had Rick and Morty against Thundercats and Simpsons against X-Men. So in the final this week, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles against Rick and Morty against the Simpsons.
So it's either the Simpsons, Rick and Morty, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Or Hero Turtles, or Morgan.
Justin, before you go there, what do you think should be in there? What is your favorite cartoon?
It's tough because, personal favorite, because you have to play with personal favorite versus what helps society the most versus classic things that like was Flintstones or the Jetsons on the list. So
that's the kind of thing that we went for. It was more like sort of childhood classics, but obviously Rick and Morty got in there as well because it's so new.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have SWAT cats on there. Yeah, I get it.
Thundercats, Flintstones, we had Jetsons.
Sorry to interrupt, boys. Can I just point out Andrew keeps disappearing? I'm convinced he's picking his nose or scratching his ass every time his camera goes off. Guaranteed.
No, I'm not. I got fucking moths in my room and getting them out. I got my window open. I got fucking moths coming in my room, fucking flying everywhere. So I'm getting them out.
He's not. He is scratching his ass or picking his nose. He is. Turn that camera off.
I do it on camera, Jan. Doesn't fucking bother me, man.
The old moth excuse.
Yes,
just
moths, John, moths.
But yeah, definitely. And I mean, one, I'm not a big Rick and Morty fan. I respect what it did and all that, but I think that the fan base is so like bleh. Like from all the Szechuan sauce, pickle Rick crap. I'm just like, I'm good.
It put me off that for a long time. I really disliked Rick and Morty because of the.
And I'm still waiting for the pickle Rick shit pickle crossover. Or the royalty check to come in. It's kind of like So that one. I mean, I would definitely consider The Simpsons to be top. Like, it wasn't even fair. Like, The Simpsons is like I grew up on that. Like from season. Same. Like, man, how old?
It's 25 years, I know.
Yeah. So the year it started in '89. Yep. So I was 6 to 16 in the prime of The Simpsons. Like that was, I grew up with it, So that's definitely, I'm picking. I think X-Men was on there and it lost.
Yeah, it lost. Yeah,
broke my heart.
I can't remember what it lost to though.
If you watch X-Men now, X-Men is not a good cartoon. It was the opening's awesome. The opening in Japan's actually way cooler. But
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you got to watch it. It's a shock. There's a song in there rather than the song's even better, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, that the budget definitely went just into the opening and the animation. And the first 10 episodes they do so much like. There's no like coherent story for a while, and then by the time you get to the Phoenix and stuff, it's just I don't know. But there was an Omega Red episode, and that's my favorite villain in the X-Men. Yeah. But I don't know. I definitely think The Simpsons is top tier. And there's a lot of other good stuff. Like I grew up watching a lot of cartoons.
So, not Turtles?
Turtles was my favorite growing up when I was, a kid in the late 80s, early 90s. G.I. Joe as well, Action Force. Is that what they're called? Action Force over there? Yeah.
Is it Action Force? I thought it was Action Man.
Action Man.
Yeah. We had the Action Man dolls. Like
I thought it was an Action Force cartoon, Steve.
Maybe it was. I don't know.
Yeah, G.I. Joe and Action Man are two different characters.
Oh, are they?
I think Action Force was the actual G.I. Joe because in the movie they have like the Action Force and they just redid the audio, which it's whatever. But yeah, but the Hero Turtles, I definitely like them, but not as much as The Simpsons. It would be almost like asking 5-year-old me or 15-year-old me, what do you like more? So,
so
I've been saying all the way through The Simpsons. Every time it's come up, it's like Simpsons. Has to be.
The Looney Tunes.
Oh, Looney Tunes are fantastic, or even Disney stuff like that's top tier animation that like started. But because The Simpsons isn't. A lot of people like I wouldn't consider The Simpsons a cartoon as much as a ripping on the American sitcom and society and all that stuff. Where Ninja Turtles is just a cartoon and G.I. Joe is just a cartoon. So, I love all the old Hanna-Barbera stuff, no problem. Even the weirder stuff like the Herculoids and all that kind of garbage, but old Space Ghost and all that kind of stuff. So even Scooby-Doo. I grew up watching Cartoon Network or even Dexter's Lab or Powerpuff Girls and all the 90s stuff, but
they're all out. They all got eliminated.
Yeah, they all.
but The Simpsons, you can't beat it. So I understand if like where it is now makes sense. You have the classic 90s stuff, you have what's hot today, and you have something that's been around for 30 years, even though they probably should have stopped after 10. But that's most things, most.
I never thought of that. And the way you just said that, anybody's three, I never thought of that.
So it makes sense that it's coming down to this, but The Simpsons just beats them all out.
Right, so what do you reckon, Mox? Who are you going for?
Simpsons, all the way. It's a shame. Like I said, I always say the same thing because, it's nostalgia over what I know is going to win because, I love the Hero Turtles to us, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, but brilliant cartoons. Rick and Morty is up there, but I agree with Justin. It did have his time where it went a little bit too toxic.
Yeah. My opinion, Rick and Morty's out, right, for the fact that it just hasn't been around long enough to compete with the other two, right? It's a good cartoon, but to me, it just hasn't been around long enough. It's fantastic. Simpsons, for the last few years, it's just gone downhill, and it's just not the same for me.
God, most of this, like I said, it ended at season 8, really, to me. That was when it was.
I love the
really
Simpsons,
good.
right? And I've always been a massive Simpsons fan. I love it, but I'm gonna have to go Turtles just for pure nostalgia, just for my childhood, just for the inner child. Jared, I'm gonna have to go for Turtles. Inner and outer child, Jared. I'm going for the Turtles. I need to for myself. If I don't go for the Turtles, right, I'll beat myself up over it. Will it's gonna have to be Turtles. They're just iconic, eh? It's just. Apart from the newer stuff, that Andrew's on about, that was absolutely awful.
Have you heard about that, Justin?
What?
The new turtle they've introduced and the white fox to the.
And they've got a sister. They've got a sister now.
Yeah, there's a sister now.
I'm good. I mean, Turtles reboots every 5 years or so, from the Nickelodeon stuff to the movies to the Michael Bay stuff to all that kind of stuff. But to me, it's the original cartoon, the first few seasons, which that went off the rails a little bit too, and then the first 2 movies, clearly, especially the first one, which I rewatched recently at a drive-in with James, and it just ages super well, I think.
Yeah.
So
Steve,
cool.
Tom and Jerry.
It's gone, Steve. It's gone. I'm sorry, but it's gone.
I know.
Give up, Steve. It's all.
I'm not going to vote. I can't.
You got to vote. No, you got to vote. Get off the fence, Steve. Get off that fence. I know you like the feeling up your ass, but get off that fence.
Right, here we go. Rick and Morty. I'm going Rick and Morty.
Of course you would.
I can't go.
See, Justin, Man of Steel. Right? He hates Whiplash. Yeah. He loves the Jack Snyder stuff, and he's voting Rick and Morty. See what we got to put up with every week? We got to put up with that every single week. It's shocking.
I didn't get the vote for what I want. I want Tom and Jerry, or Bugs Bunny, or Yogi Bear.
Oh, that's gone, but all gone.
So you're going for Rick and Morty,
or Inspector Gadget.
You go for Rick and Morty. You know, right? We had a poll, Justin, right? We had before we had cartoon fight, we had character fights, right? So we have characters, and we actually pit them against each other in an arena.
So a fight.
An actual fight, right? So it ended up in the draw. Inspector Gadget versus the Punisher in a fight. Who do you win?
Say that again?
Would you think would win?
Between Inspector Gadget, not the cartoons, in an actual fight. So the Punisher with his guns, Inspector Gadget with his gadget, in an arena fighting, who do you think would win?
That's a tough call, because you have the overwhelming odds of the Punisher, but you also have Inspector Gadget could accidentally hurt the Punisher without trying to, like Umbrella pops up, like Punisher has him down on the ground, doesn't feel like shooting. Inspector Gadget hits an umbrella that hits a light that hits the Punisher. You know what I mean? Like, it would be kind of like that.
I
would love to see that in motion. Like.
And then the Matthew Broderick Inspector Gadget, he's mostly robot, so would those bullets even be effective?
Exactly.
That's a tough call.
The Punisher got a rocket launcher, a grenade launcher. I'm sorry, boys. The Punisher.
That's the thing. That's a tough call, because there's the Punisher. Like, if it's an arena, is all the gear just there? Like, or because the Punisher, a lot of his stuff are planning and sneak attacking, and he's not usually just comes out guns blazing. Like, there's some thought to it, or he knows he's going to be. I don't know how he would prepare for this, but I don't know.
This sounds a bit like last week's Dear Drew.
Yeah, it was
with the
Rambo against Terminator.
Rambo against Terminator.
No, he was asked. Well, let's just finish with we put that to Twitter, and Inspector Gadget beat Punisher on the Twitter vote.
Yeah, but explain the reason why, Jack.
Because Steve fucked us over big time.
Steve posted literally numerous of pictures of Inspector Gadget with his.
He swung the votes, Justin. He swung the votes.
Big-
Anyway, on the last podcast,
A viewer asked.
a viewer asked Drew that if he could have either Rambo or Terminator on his side against the other, who would he pick? He picked Rambo.
But he put Rambo in a lava factory, not a foundry or.
His words.
It's like a wind down Terminator slowly into lava.
Yeah, that's where they make all the lava.
Yeah,
that's what
that was genuinely Andrew's words on the last podcast. Only if we're fighting in that lava factory.
But he had a good point because he said the same thing. Rambo would go around making traps and goes in getting.
In fact, I'm sure Andrew said he'd walk around with a ball of lava. I'm sure that was his words.
He did say he'd hold the lava.
Hold the lava.
But I did say, how many times has Terminator been beaten by a girl?
Well, he got beat by. He got crushed in the. Well, it depends which Terminator, because the first one was, the random coming after him, and the second one was the one that was reprogrammed, so it was nice.
The T-1000. You won't beat the T-1000.
Yeah, because T-1000 could take a rocket shot or anything, which I don't think the T-800 could if it was done properly. And let alone in Rambo 4 when he has the 50 cal, a 50 cal would probably take out a Terminator.
Ooh,
Yeah. Apart from it wouldn't take out the T-1000. It would take out the T-800, but I don't think a 50 cal would take out the T-1000.
No, because it would just.
He just melt and he just form back together again.
He's slowly rolling down into lava bed.
I love the fact that Andrew, right, I've got a bait Terminator like a cage. He can slowly, not fast, slowly waving him goodbye down into lava.
But he's stuck in one of those traps, but then slowly fucking roll down into lava.
We gotta put up with this all the time, Justin. Is stupidity.
I love it.
So, Andrew, who do you think would win in the cartoon fight?
I gotta go with the Simpsons.
Why?
Again, it's been going for so long, like I mentioned. It's been creating cartoons and keep on going. Like again, Rick and Morty. No, but it has, isn't it? Simpsons, even.
That's a bad thing as well.
That could be a bad thing.
No, but it's
for example, series that have gone on too long: Terminator, Star Wars, Star Trek,
Justin,
Superman.
Steve loved the last couple of Terminator films as well. He loved them. He loved Terminator Genesis. He loved Terminator Genesis.
Can you use the correct terminology, please?
Genesis.
Terminator Master System, isn't that what it is over there?
Yeah,
Justin, he really enjoyed it. He thought it was brilliant.
No, Mega Drive, sorry.
Terminator Mega Drive, yeah, there it is.
We don't have Genesis.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get that cartoon fight on Twitter ASAP. Get voting. Let's make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles win.
No. It'd be nice, but it's not going to happen.
Oh, wait, so it's down to 3 or down to...
No, it's down to 3. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Rick and Morty, and The Simpsons.
That's the 3 in the final. So whoever wins this is ultimate cartoon. And then we're on to our movie club, then, lads. Which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too.
If you could actually send us a message on Twitter, Justin, of 5 films that you'd like us to watch, we'd love to watch them.
Yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Okay. Just should I pick ones that you may or may not have seen before?
Just any 5 films that you think that would be
5 movies
fun
you think everyone, maybe out of us 4, definitely should watch once. Because chances are I haven't watched it, because I haven't watched many films.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
We'd love that. We would.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Me and Jared once upon a time done a bit of a movie club, and there was films we wanted each other to watch. And I had him watching Harold Lloyd. I had him watching a 1936 film. So what you think is good to you? What are those good films? It doesn't have to be the most popular.
Just just send them over. If you just send us a message, that'll be brilliant, and we'll just crack on and watch them and say something.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Anyway, when we have our guests on, lads, we always make them become the quiz master. I have nagged Justin out to do a little quiz for us. I'm actually dreading it. Actually said it's going to be America, and Andrew but it's going to be movies, and Andrew down below. What did you do, Andrew? Studied, didn't you, bud?
Did my little homework on American quizzes, but yeah, there we go.
He done his homework on American history.
American history.
Yeah, we got to live with him.
Did you want to ask me any American history questions?
No.
Nah, it's fine.
Usually what we'll do, you'll ask the question, obviously, and usually we'll just shout their name, and the first person to shout their name, you will just say Jared or Morgan or Steve or whatever, and it's up to you, but we usually also just do a point per question, don't we?
But so it's just for that.
Highly up to you. It's your quiz, Justin.
There we go.
Quiz,
so it's down to the quiz master. So Justin, it's down to you if you want to give a point for the correct, and I want -1 for incorrect. It's tied up to you what you want to do.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. So, let's do. I don't want to hurt people too much. Let's do 2 points for correct and 1 if incorrect minus. That way it doesn't. It's not like 1 for 1.
Yeah, brilliant.
But Justin, before we start, I apologise for the amount of times I call you a bastard during this quiz, right?
That's fine.
So
I know that's like a term of endearment with you guys.
Are you keeping score, Justin, or would you like me to do it?
I guess you guys should, because I'm gonna be a little too.
That's fine, because I ain't going to be any good at fucking this quiz, so I'd rather keep the score.
And you guys trust him enough to keep the score level?
No, we don't.
Well,
we really don't.
No, I've always
sort of.
Hey, come on.
Okay.
He always done it right, fair play. But he studied for the wrong test this week, so.
I did.
Right.
I tried to. Let me just say something about Andrew. We asked Andrew. He asked me once how I thought the pyramids were built in Egypt.
I knew he was going to be.
He asked me if they were built from the bottom to the top, or if they started at the top and finished at the bottom. That's genuinely what he asked me, Justin.
Well, yeah, they start at the top and then they just keep building it up this way, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And he thought diamonds were fallen stars.
Technically speaking, everything's made from stars, right? So, like, roundabout way.
Correct.
See, some way or another, Andrew is usually right. I always
Somewhere
say
or another, he's a genius. He's an absolute genius. He is. Right then, Justin, when you're ready.
All right, so I have this, which I call a quiz for crows. So with Independence Day, the 4th of July, you guys might have heard of it. It just passed us. The theme of this quiz is America, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I believe America's #1 export is entertainment. So I assume you are familiar with American films about Americanism, freedom, patriotism, etc. I also like to point out I knew all this information offhand. I did not look up trivia questions like, oh, America. I just knew all this stuff and figured
That's
you
good.
should too. So it's going to be a lot of films.
That makes it worse, because if we get it wrong...
It's like, Justin just had this information.
These are all these questions.
If we get it wrong...
All these questions are about movies, and they either have something to do with things that are patriotic, take place. I think they all take place in America for the most part, or they take place on Independence Day. Yeah. Ooh. So let's start with question number 1. In the 1996 film Independence Day, what date did the aliens start their attack?
Is everyone
It's Independence Day. I think we are dodging the obvious bit. Fuck it.
Hey, Morgan, I'll do it.
Don't do it, Moggs.
4th of July.
Oh, that is incorrect.
Oh, no.
Jared! The
Yeah.
3rd of July.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Fuck!
Anyone like to take another
You
guess?
You bastard!
What's that?
First.
Nope. There's only one more answer.
Andrew. The 2nd of July.
That is right. July 2nd, 1996.
We can't lose to him, boys. We cannot lose to him.
Because you're all at -1. He's at 2.
Fuck's sake.
But don't worry, we'll have some bonus and fun answers too. So in the film, they attack on July 2nd, and July 3rd is when they do their counterattack that failed, and July 4th is when he makes his speech. Okay. Oh, you might be able to get this one. These are harder because I know these answers. Number 2 in Team America World Police, the 2004 comedy starring puppets about an anti-terrorist force called Team America getting around in the world of affairs. It was created by the South Park guys. Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Name 3 other Trey Parker films.
Oh,
3.
Fuck! I can name 1.
And I can.
You know what? I will give you 1 point for each one you get.
Jared.
Oh.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Oh,
yep.
That's mine.
South Park the movie.
Yeah. That's 2 points there.
There's another one, and it's coming and going in my mind.
I have several listed here, but yeah. Well, I'll give you a little hint here. One is a very sexual movie.
Sexual movie.
Yeah, he plays a male porn star. A male porn star.
I don't know.
It was Orgasmo.
Orgasmo, that's right, yeah.
He did a trauma film called Cannibal the Musical.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did he? Do you know what? I did know that. I knew that because I watched a documentary on South Park recently and you were talking about it. Fuck!
So, all right. So, for number 3, we're going to talk about Rocky 3. I know you guys...
Hang on. Justin, sorry. Did I have points? Did I have any points at all?
Yeah, 2.
Well,
right, my back.
So that means you have 1 point now.
Right.
Because -1. Yeah. So, Drew is still in the lead with 2.
Steve's gone. Go on.
Okay.
Carry on. Don't worry.
So for the film Rocky 3,
yeah.
Man, you guys aren't going to get this, but we'll try. Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you enough hints to where you have to get it.
Okay.
There's a bronze statue of Rocky that was commissioned at the top of the Philly Art Museum steps where he's like this, you know?
Yeah.
The stairs he runs up in the films is at Philadelphia Art Museum. After filming, it was considered a movie prop, not art. So where did they move it? It stayed in the city of Philadelphia. And you can give me a general answer to it. It doesn't have to be like,
the exact location.
The questions again as it just
yeah, go on.
Okay. In the film Rocky 3, there's a bronze statue of Rocky at the top of the Art Museum steps. After the film, they moved it because there was like a whole thing where it's a movie prop, not art. And the Art Museum was getting upset because people were coming to see the statue and talk and do the Rocky run rather than see the Art Museum. So they got mad and they moved it somewhere. Where did they move it?
What I like is Charlie trying to answer. He's fucking froze.
I know. Charlie's just...
Anyway. Andrew.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go on, Socks.
Philadelphia.
This is true. That is partially true. They did. They. I will say, they moved it to a special building in the city.
There's no
so I always thought it was still at the stairs, but I didn't realize they moved it.
Steve, indoors to the art museum.
Nope.
Jared.
Yeah.
The library.
Nope.
Morgan.
It's. I will say. This is going to give it away, but
I'm going to take. Can I take a guess then first before you get a hint, just in case?
Sure.
Is it the? Is it the Eagles Stadium?
Yes.
It is it?
They kind of. That's Veteran Stadium. They put it at Spectrum Stadium, but it was right in between of them. So yes, Philadelphia has 3 stadiums. They put it at the Spectrum, which is next to the Vet. Follow-up question 4. eventually the statue was moved again. It was put in storage for a while after they tore down Veterans Stadium and they put up the Eagles' giant Lincoln Financial Field, which is like a behemoth. Where did they put it after? So it went from the Art Museum to the Veterans Stadium. Where did they put it after that?
Jared.
Yep.
I specifically remember it was in Rocky 5.
I will say in the Rocky films, in a lot of movies they move it back to the top of the place, but that is not where it usually resides, at the top of the stairs.
Bastard.
So where did they put it?
So they moved it from the stadium.
Yeah, so
the Art Museum.
It's not at the top of the stairs.
Fuck.
And just say your name if you want to answer it.
Jared.
Yeah.
The Art Museum.
Yep. They moved it to the bottom of the stairs of the
Oh, do they?
Can I have that?
Yeah, you
I can have that. Yes.
So when you go to the Art Museum, it's now on the right-hand side of the stairs, so that way you don't run up to see it, because they don't like people doing that. People tripping and stuff. So yeah, it's at the bottom of the stairs. That's where it hangs out. And recently, someone made a sweater for it, which is funny because its body proportions are wrong, so you can't put like normal clothes on it. That says CD art on it, because people are still mad that people come to Philadelphia to see that instead of
really
whatever.
Instead of the actual art, yeah.
I suppose it's still memorabilia. Should be art.
So this is question 5, and then we'll do a what the score is after that. So we're talking about number 5. We're going to talk about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise stars in this 1989 film about a paralyzed Vietnam War veteran becoming an anti-war activist.
Steve.
Yep.
Is it Born on the 4th of July?
You got it. Born on the 4th of July.
Fuck you, Steve. Fuck you.
And can we get a tally of what our scores are currently?
No worries.
Doors on the doors.
We got Stephen Morgan tied with 1. I'm on 2 and Jared's on 3.
Oof.
Right. Wow. All right. So to keep the Tom Cruise train a rolling, what type of plane does he pilot in Top Gun?
No, it's not.
That was a Morgan.
I didn't say.
You're minus.
I didn't.
You're minus.
No.
Just come on, mate. You're ref. Call the fucker up on it.
Nah, I think it's fine if he doesn't know what it is. That's all right.
I'm gonna go Jared. Fuck it. I got balls. I got big balls. Jared.
Yeah.
F-15.
Ooh. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was
you
my guess.
bastard.
However, I'll give it to you if you know what the slang name of the plane is.
That's what I was gonna guess.
I will say that the F-15 is the Eagle.
Hi, Andrew. Enterprise.
No.
No?
Enterprise. That's a boat.
No.
And a space shuttle and.
We gotta prep that all the time, Justin. We're used to it now.
Okay, I'm gonna guess, and it's not the first one I was gonna guess, but is it the Falcon?
No,
Oh.
The Falcon was the F4.
Oh,
I swear to God, if it's the fucking pigeon, right, I'm walking out there. If it's called the pigeon, I'm gone.
The only one I got is Tomcat.
Yeah, it's Tomcat.
Tomcat. So
He googled that. The fucker googled that.
How do you come from
He
Enterprise
just
to
googled that.
Tomcat?
It's the
Right,
F14.
right. I'm sorry, Justin, but in his head now, right, he said, his words were, the only one I've got is Tomcat. So he had the two of them in his head, right? He had Enterprise or Tomcat. And he went for Enterprise.
Nevertheless,
I'll leave it to you guys. Do you want to give him that? Or do you think there was some cheating involved?
Oh, you can have it. He's
My
always
hands are you. My hands are you. I'm marking the fucking scores, though. Marking the fucking scores.
Yeah, that was the F-14 Tomcat,
Tomcat.
that had the wings that would go out and stuff. The F-15 was the next one, the Eagle, the Strike Eagle. Then there was the F-16. Anyway, and there was no 17. So that said, speaking, this is also the plane in Independence Day. What plane is Tom Cruise shown flying in the trailer for the sequel, Top Gun Maverick?
Ooh.
He was flying in the F-14 before.
Jared.
I know what he's going to go for.
F-15.
So what? Okay. Is not the F-15,
Ooh.
and that wasn't. Yeah. The
So
I've not seen the trailer. I gotta be honest.
I haven't. Well, I have seen it, but I didn't take notice about the.
it's not the F-16. It's not the F-22. It's not the F-35, which just came out, by the way. It's an older plane. Well, what they did was not talk about military history, but they recommissioned the F-15 and this plane recently. They made it better.
Okay. So is it?
And the only reason I bring it up is because they say the name of the plane in the trailer a few times.
I haven't seen the trailer.
Mm.
I'm gonna say fucking Andrew F4.
No,
it's not the F4. That's the that's very old. That plane. That was a Vietnam plane.
I'll take a guess, and it's probably not right, but I'm going to say an F-15 Mark II or an F-15B or something.
No, the F-15E, the Strike Eagle, is not what he flies in, but that is one that they still fly. There's only 4 or 5 they still fly. That's one. It was the F-18 Super Hornet.
F-18 Super Hornet,
which is what they fly. What they fly the normal Hornet in Independence Day, and they fly the Super Hornet in Maverick.
Right. Okay.
But you know what? We'll make this easier. We're going to go back to Rocky. Where did Rocky, question 8, where did Rocky get his red, white, and blue star stripe boxing shorts from?
John!
No, Steve.
Steve answered.
It's up to Justin. It's up to Justin. Mom, fuck you bald bastard.
Don't bring me into this.
Wait, who's answering here? Steve? You said Steve first?
Steve first.
All right, good.
Apollo Creed.
Yep, in Rocky 3, he got his shorts from Apollo Creed. Let's keep this train rolling. Who gives Apollo Creed's son Adonis these same colored shorts in the film? Go ahead.
Rocky.
Nope.
Oh, wasn't it?
Oh,
Who gives
shit.
Apollo Creed's son Adonis the same colored shorts in Creed Rocky 7?
Shit.
And the only hint is it's Apollo Creed's father's shorts.
Yeah, I know what the fucking is now as well. Andrew.
Well, answer then.
Andrew.
You already answered, you can't.
No,
You've already answered, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know. I know what it fucking is as well now. Fuck. If no one doesn't get it, can I just answer?
I don't know.
No one gets it?
Andrew, text me.
No, like fuck. Like fuck.
I don't know. I really don't know this. I know the first one.
I fuck it, Jared.
Yeah.
Was it his mother?
Yep. Marianne Creed. And mind you, this is his adopted mother.
Adopted, man. Yeah.
You bastard.
Yeah.
Fucking knew it as well.
Because in the film, it's Adonis is his
that puts Jared back in the
illegitimate son. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so if you know so much about Rocky's underwear, so Adonis's Creed's trunks that his mother gives him are not the same ones that Apollo gave Rocky. So where did the original Apollo flag trunks go?
Ooh.
Morgan.
Yep.
Are they framed in the gym or something?
Damn, I think they might have done that eventually, but that's not where they went originally.
Okay.
I don't think they were.
That's okay.
Fuck you, Morgs. Fuck you.
I will give you a hint. They were given to another boxer, and you see it happen, and the boxer box is in them.
He gives it to Rocky 5. He's training him.
I need the boxer's name.
Jared!
Andrew!
Jared!
It's the gun.
Yeah, wait.
No. Justin, you want full name? Come on.
He said it.
Justin, you want full name? You want full name, Justin? Come on.
Second name. Surely you can work out the first name.
You know what? I'll give it to him. It was Tommy Gunn.
Tommy Gunn.
Yeah,
Justin, you're a bastard.
That puts Steve back in the lead.
Okay. This one might be interesting. It's more of a sports question. In the coming-of-age movie The Sandlot, which has a fantastic 4th of July fireworks scene set to America the Beautiful, in the film, they lose a baseball. Who was it signed by, and what team
Jonathan!
play for?
Oh, you bastard! That's second question.
You know what? I will. I will. This can be a two-part
Frozen.
question with full
Right,
points.
it was Babe Ruth.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Was it Babe Ruth?
Yeah, I don't know who he played for.
Was I frozen?
There's only one team he played for, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are.
Was it Philadelphia something?
No. So he gets 1 point because he just answered a wrong question.
When
I
it the
think
New York
it was New
Yankees.
York, wasn't he?
Yes, that's
was
2
Yankees,
points for
was it?
Andrew.
I don't know if it was Red Sox or
Do I get 2 points
Yeah, it
for
was-
that, yeah?
Yeah, you got 2 points, and
Fucking hell. Jared gets 1.
yep. Yeah. Babe Ruth, the Great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, the Titan of
See,
Terror, the
Paul-
Colossus of Clout, the King of Crash.
Porn stars
So-
going in my head, but
Talking about baseball, so we don't have baseball over here. We have rounders, and it's like a baby's version. We have a little tiny bat.
And
And
it's
Jared got
cricket.
knocked out playing it.
Oh.
Jared got knocked out playing it.
It's literally a baby's version of baseball, and Jared got knocked out
We still,
playing
Justin, we still have the bases. I was there taking the hit. I know all you can see was Jared running this way and another guy running our way, and bang.
No, wait, when was this? When you were kids? Or?
No.
A couple of years ago.
No, I was an adult. I was a fully grown adult.
Were you guys drinking?
No.
Nope.
The bat
I
is big.
All I remember is waking up on the field with people surrounding me, and then me saying to one of them, "What the fuck are you doing in my bedroom? Get out of my fucking bedroom!"
He was-
and I was laying in the middle of the field.
Have you ever heard of rounders, Justin?
No, I haven't. I think there's a movie called that, but I think that's about math and.
The funny thing about it, Justin, when Jared ended up in hospital, right, when he was going into triage, myself and the other guy who knocked him out, they're going, what happened to him? And he's like, he got knocked out playing rounders.
Yeah, but I told everyone I did playing rugby.
So when,
Right.
he walked out the triage, everyone fucking pointed and laughed.
Bad times, Justin, bad times. I cracked my jaw. But anyway, enough about me.
Come on, let's go. with the quiz.
Let's move on to question 12 out of 15. By the way, maybe we'll have a lightning round. If there's a
Oh, I like
tie.
the idea of
Oh,
that.
I didn't think about a tiebreaker. Okay, so Nicolas Cage stars in National Treasure, a film that goes through Philadelphia and covering secrets left by the founding fathers. What is the name of the sequel?
Dave.
Oh,
Yep.
I got it. Jared.
Wait. See, you have time to answer. And the question is, if you don't answer, is that negative score for?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were the quiz master, Justin. It's entirely up to you.
if you call your name, it should be definitely.
I,
I can't think of it.
Jared.
Yeah.
Does he get negative points for this now or no?
Yeah,
Yes,
negative
yes,
point
Steve
for
does.
Steve.
Shit. Oh, shit.
You're about to do it to yourself.
Yeah, he's done it to himself.
Right, I'm going to go with Book of Secrets.
Ooh.
That is correct.
Hey.
Oh,
Bellin.
I had a sweat on. I had an actual sweat on. Look at the sweat.
So before we go into what are we on, question 13 now, Justin, are we? So
Yeah.
Jared's on 6. Sorry, 7. Steve's on 4. I'm on 4. Morgan's on 0.
What?
Oh man, you better catch up. So all right, so in question 13, Steven Seagal stars in a 1998 film that has the same name as a Mel Gibson film from the year 2000. What is the name of both these films?
Ooh.
Okay, Morgan.
Silent. It's all silence, yeah?
I think
Oh,
I will-
I will say the Mel Gibson film is more popular.
I think I know it based on the quiz. Morgan.
God,
Is it Patriot?
The Patriot. That is correct.
God damn. 2
Coming
points
back.
man.
Coming
Yeah.
back.
Steven Seagal's one's about
I never heard of the Steven Seagal.
he's a botanist in it, and it is about like he's an eco Like he works for the government. He's like an eco-friendly whatever guy, and he's trying to save a field full of flowers from developers.
Okay.
I think it's something like that. It's bad.
So a bit
Sounds
different
amazing.
from Mel Gibson.
I think that's the plot. And the Mel Gibson one is about how we beat you guys in that thing.
Yeah, with a hatchet.
Yeah. There's a
I
lot.
love
of
that film. I thought it was so
Assassin's
cool.
Creed 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was so excited for that.
You guys
game.
must be playing that like. Ugh.
Andy, sorry to interrupt. Haven't they any remaking that for the Xbox One?
Probably.
They did for the Switch, didn't they?
Did they?
I think
I
they
actually
did.
enjoyed that.
I
actually
want
enjoyed
them
that
to
game.
remake Black Flag. That was the best, and it had Welsh
They
people in
did.
it. Well,
That's what they did.
sort of. I mean,
They did remake it for Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did actually. Yeah, PS4. It was like the first one, wasn't it?
Mm.
All right, so
Make a sequel to it.
maybe this MCU question will help you out. Question 14. In the MCU, Captain America and the heroes work for S.H.I.E.L.D. What does S.H.I.E.L.D. stand for?
They know this.
We don't,
know
boss.
this. Don't you?
I do, but it's.
You know what? I'll even let this question go. You know what? Was he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So S.H.I.E.L.D. has 6 letters in it, and I'll give you a point for each one you get right.
Something Homeland, I think. Some stats.
Andrew, you had strategic homeland,
What?
Okay.
intelligent.
No.
No.
So I think intelligence a negative point, so you get 0 from that encounter.
Oh, what?
So far, Jared gets 1 point for Homeland. He said it first.
Okay. So we've got strategic homeland.
Enforcement's one of them.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
So 1 point for that. So you have 3 more. So right now you know it's strategic homeland, I-word.
Intervention.
Yep.
Isn't it defense?
So you have strategic. Nope, it is not defense. Negative 1 point.
Minus for Steve.
It's strategic homeland intervention enforcement and
Logistics.
Yeah.
Division.
Yep, there it is. I don't know who got what there, but
Well
I
done,
think
Josh.
Jared
Well
had the
done,
last
well done,
one.
bud.
Thanks.
I had no idea of any of those.
S.H.I.E.L.D. stands for Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement and Logistics Division. Fucking
And he's reading.
That's
You
the
just
most-
read that straight
That
off
was
a
very
fucking Google.
suspiciously
No, I
read
fucking
to the
listened back.
left then. Or to your
You
right.
read it.
That's
Your
me.
eyes
That's me.
screened.
How can I look there?
By the way, Justin, we know that Andrew has a second screen to his
I
right.
do have a second screen.
Right.
Oh.
It's there.
See?
Like, I'm sorry, but did you just see him read that straight off a
did.
screen?
Brilliant. No
I
worries.
did see him glance and then come back.
He did
So-
that.
at question 15, what do we? What's the score right now?
So Jared's on 11.
What?
Yeah, I'm on 6. Steve on 3. Morgan on 2.
Justin, can we deduct points from the cheating bastard?
I don't know. I might make this last one 10 points.
Oof.
Yeah, I think you should.
That's fucking me right over.
10 points
Well, you
and
said I was a
minus.
bastard, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You're fucking me over, Justin. You're fucking me over.
Do it.
Justin, is that 10
Oh wait.
points and minus 10 points?
So he has 11, and who's in and how much is last place
I'm
right now?
on 6.
I'm on
Morgan's
2.
on 2. Steve's on 3.
Morgan's on 2. Okay, so we can and it's 11. And so we'll make this one 9 points. That way it's a tie, not a if Morgan gets.
Joe, I can feel my arsehole spreading, but he's fucking me so hard right now. Honest to God.
You better chime in then. You might get this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Question 15. Actor singer Will Smith created the theme song Men in Black for his film Men in Black, and the theme song Wild Wild West for his movie Wild Wild West. What was the name of the song he did for his film Independence Day?
I don't have a clue. Shit. Ooh, I don't think Morgan knows, which is good. Or Steve. Steve's looking off into the distance, looking confused. Andrew is trying to discreetly cheat and fucking look at his second screen.
Look, I look at my screen right now. Look, all I can see is you, Morgan, Jared, and Justin and Steve.
Just ticking them off.
Well, that's a
in my
lie.
head,
We're on the
like,
screen
which
in fucking front of you.
So if you guys have nothing to lose here, some of you guys, you could just answer and see what happens.
Fuck it, Jared.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Nope.
Fuck.
Did you get negative for that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Negative what, 10?
Don't you fuck me as well, Steve.
I
really can't think, and I can think of like every other film he's done.
I have no idea.
There's one coming to my head, but I can't remember the title. And this,
If you can sing it, Morgs, Justin, can he get it if he can sing it?
I can't even sing it because I can't think of the tune.
it's probably going to be tough to sing.
I have no idea. It's probably called like Aliens or something like that now. Something fucking simple.
I really can't think of one he's done for Independence Day.
no, me.
That is correct. He did not do a song for Independence Day. It was a trick question.
Nice.
So I don't know. Does that make you win? I don't know what
That
happened.
makes me win.
You're strong. Oh yeah, it does because Jared lost points.
Win.
Justin,
Yeah.
you're a bastard.
Well, you didn't answer.
Wait,
I answered.
is that true? So if Morgan gets 8 points or 9 points, what's his score?
So, yeah, Morgan finished with 11.
Smashed it.
Oh, and you only got 10, Jared. That's a shame.
Jared on 10. I'm on 6. Steve on 3.
He just fucked me.
Ouch.
He just fucked
What
me.
was that?
Like,
What was that guess?
You
man?
answered.
4th of July.
His answer was 4th of July.
Should have kept quiet. You would have drew then.
However, I do think they should go back and make a song for that movie. That would have been fun.
I got fucked. My ass is gaping right now. Honestly, it's like that, boys.
Everything Will Smith was going through my mind. I had Switch going through my head. I had Car Wash out of the fish film he made. What was that called? Fish Tales or something?
Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
I can't believe.
Yeah, he did songs for a lot of those, but he did one for Men in Black 2, Nod Your Head. Pitbull did the
Nod
third
Your
one.
Head. That was the other one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the black suit's coming. Yeah, that was but he didn't do one for Independence Day. It would have been amazing if he did, because I think it deserves it. But
Yeah, that's a shame.
Beaten
Well
by a
done, Morgan.
bald prick.
Morgan, you deserve that.
I know. Thank you.
Well,
I could taste that victory. I could actually taste the victory. I could.
you were ahead pretty far. You shouldn't have answered. You would have went
Yeah.
down to the.
what was the tie-breaking question, or Justin? What was it?
Oh, I don't
Young
know.
boy,
You didn't
I
have
would
one
have just
yet.
figured. I would have figured something out. You know what? The thing is, I had enough faith in Morgan that I knew he didn't need a tie breaking.
That's it. Just
That's what
didn't
I
even need it. You already knew. Well, they were really good questions.
So I should have said, Jack, I haven't got a clue. I can't think of one. I don't know one.
Exactly.
They were
I'm sure you said that. That's sure, it's your first answer.
And this is where Jared breaks up once again.
Yep.
That's all he's done is this podcast is break up. He's sounding like a break-up fucking.
He seems
Broken
pretty
record.
broken up about it.
Yeah, he is broken up about it.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we were just saying how much of a princess you are.
Well, Justin, it's been a pleasure having you back. You've been an absolute joy.
That was brilliant.
So I actually had a request from you guys.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to. I do this to a lot of people overseas. I'd like to hear your best American impression.
No,
If you think you can do one.
Oh,
and
there you go.
I'll even give you one with Morgan back there. I see all his Cokes he has.
Yeah.
I just say I'll take a burger and some fries.
Alright.
I'll take a burger and some fries.
That's not bad. That's not
Is that
bad.
good? What about? I
That's
can do
good.
Southern too.
All right.
Could I get a burger and some fries? How's
Get a
that?
burger and some fries, please.
Burger and some fries, please.
Can I get a burger and some fries? A burger and some fries? I'm no good. I'm awful.
Can I get a burger and fries?
Oh, that was rough. You're not gonna.
No,
To be fair with Andrew, we can barely speak English anyway, so Steve, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm not.
Look at your nose. Are you a nose?
He's psyching himself up first.
He's warming up. He's actually warming up.
I mean, I think to to add a little more anticipation for Steve's role here. I think that English people are pretty good at doing an American accent because they hear our movies their entire lives. More so than me listening to English movies or anything like that. So I'm very interested to hear.
Unfortunately, I'm not English.
We are Welsh. Come on, Steve, we're all waiting for it.
On,
do you know, right? He's that close to going tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Warm up. He's that close.
Me.
Yes, yeah.
Can I get some burgers and fries?
I like how you guys all went southern. I'll have a burger and some fries.
Some fries. But just we want you now to do a Welsh accent.
I was just going to say the same.
So say something that a Welsh someone from Wales would say, then someone then in England would say. So
whose coat is that jacket?
I would say, can I have a pint of lager, please, bud?
Okay.
That's a nice one, I think.
Lager, please, bud. All right. In Welsh. All right.
I'll give you a clue as well. The bud is actually like a butt, like with a T.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I'll have a now can you say it again for me? I need a little.
Can I have a pint of lager, please, bud?
Can I have a pint of lager, please, bud?
Can I have? All right, fine. Can I have a pint of lager there, bud?
Close.
that was Irish.
That
was plain Irish.
Yes, it's right. Can I have a pint of Irish there, bud? Yeah, it's a little.
That's good.
Because I think it's a little too easy to do Irish accent, and because I think with Irish accent's easy. Like, oh, that's Irish. It's a little up there. Compared to Scottish, where I'd be like, oh, little Scottish.
Scottish.
Do it like that. And even
I got a good one. Just say, all right, boyo. Simple as.
All right, boyo.
Ooh.
The boyo went a bit English, eh? It went a bit English.
Boyo. All right, boyo.
Boyo.
All right, boyo. That's a little too Englishy, a little.
It's the last O. It's sort of like boyo instead of
boyo.
All right, boyo.
Boyo. It's not bad, scared it.
All right, boyo.
Just for my pleasure.
I think if I had a couple of pints in me, I'd be able to do it better.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. For my pleasure, please.
Runs, so.
For my pleasure, just say please. Please say, whose coat is that jacket?
Whose coat is that jacket?
Do you know the first whose coat? Whose coat was American? Was Welsh.
Whose coat? Yeah. Not bad.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Whose coat? That's
ready.
Perfect.
I actually do have a little Welsh in me.
Oh, do you?
Enough. Maybe like 15%. Yeah.
There we go.
The best country in the world.
I definitely like the flag.
Yeah, I was just going to bring the flag up. We've got a cool flag.
It is the best flag. Yes, we have. Right. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on. It's been such a laugh. We'd love to have you back on at some point in the future. We'd really enjoy it. We would. Is there anything you want to bring up now before we log off?
No.
Have you got anything?
Anything in the pipeline, Justin?
Any pipeline you want to plug? Or?
I'll probably get a burger and some fries and whose Coke is this and all that. It'll be fun. And that's pretty much it.
Whose coat is that jacket?
Whose coat?
Whose coat is this jacket?
Whose coat's this jacket?
Oh, I'll be there now in a minute. That's another one.
That's another one.
Wait, that doesn't wait. But a coat is a jacket, right? Like
yeah.
This is
but
weird
that's a Welsh.
I don't know where that comes from. People always used to make fun of me for that when I worked more east. Like they'd be like, "Oh, whose coat is that jacket?" And I'd be like, "What?"
Yeah, but I've heard it being said. I'm sure my mother used to say, "Whose coat is this jacket?"
It's so weird. Like I don't know what it means.
No. But anyway, I've been Jared.
I've been Andrew.
I'd be Morgan.
I've been Steve.
I've been Justin. Is that?
You,
that how you say
you don't have to.
You don't have to, that's fine. And we have been a Great for Crows. Keep smiling and keep happy.